Hello. Greetings, greetings. Welcome, welcome. Let's have a drink, shall we? How we doing? How we doing? Man, look at this. I'm glad I don't live in California, I'll tell you this much. Hello, noble ones. Welcome to my channel. If any of you is in California, of course, please be safe. Man, look at this. Okay. Hello, people on Twitch. Hello, people on YouTube. Hello, noble ones. You're gonna have to help me make sense of this. Appreciate if you can tell me a little bit about this situation. Been watching the news and I'm trying to figure out what on earth is going on, for crying out loud. What a mess. Look at this. Yeah, burn stuff. Why not? Why not? Burn everything, right? Goodness gracious. Come on. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Yeah. Yeah, throw it in there. Why don't you? Goodness gracious. The only thing this flame is going to change, by the way, is the internal status of the constituents that were used to build the car. That's what that's going to change. Hello, number ones. Look at all this peace. Look at this peaceful individual here. Look at this peaceful person. Yeah, so peaceful. Anyways, I'm sure you'll help me if there's something I'm misunderstanding, like the reason why this absolute moron with this flag is jumping over this car after it made it explode. I fail to understand this, but maybe you'll help me. Maybe you will help me. Today we'll try to figure it out. Welcome to the Metatron's channel, number ones. It's good to have you here. Let's see if you can help me out with this situation. Make it make sense. Thank you so much. Hello, noble ones. James Dulani starting strong with a nice super chat. Appreciate that. The protesters want ICE, immigration and custom enforcement abolished. And you think exploding cars is going to do that? Because all it seems to have done is to get more police, more boots on the ground. So as someone who appreciates strategy, I'd say that's not a very good strategic move. I'll put it that way, but I'm happy to discuss a little more. I'm happy to have my mind changed. If you can make me see things differently, like, you know what, Metatron, this is how you should look at it. I'm like, oh, I see. Maybe. I'm here to learn from you guys. I'm here to learn from you. Yeah, the flags make it even more ridiculous, but then again, what can you do? I'm telling you this much. In this house here, I'm going to have two flags. The Italian flag, because of my personal heritage, and it will stay in my office. And then the stars and stripes, the American flag, and that we're going to proudly display outside of my house. That's what I'm going to do. How does Italy respond to protest looting? It depends, Sanctum. I think it depends on who is in government. Like, but yeah. Of course, I think looting is, of course, illegal everywhere. Looting is ridiculous. I never really understood looting. It's like, oh, there is this thing I don't like, whether it be a social issue, whether it be an unemployment issue, whether it be whatever the heck it is that they're complaining about. Let me just steal a TV. Okay. I'm sure that will help. Hello from Canada, JEHR. So good to have you here. Sunburn, also on metal, always, my friend. Here he is. Metallica. I'm wearing Metallica for this, guys. I'm wearing Metallica. Here he is. Let's go. Let's go. Ride the lightning. That's what I'm gonna... Long last is making me laugh. He says it's mostly a peaceful fire. Yeah, this is a very peaceful fire. Look at this fire of peace. Oh my gosh. Vasco, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. What's your name? Vasco Andrade e Silva. Love it. Good to have you here, man. Good to have you here. Yeah. Do I think it's going to end up in civil war? I haven't got a clue. I'm not a political analyst, so I honestly don't know. I hope not. Probably not. Probably not. Historically speaking, whenever there is a civil war, it's because, generally speaking, as long as people are fed, I'm going to generalize this monumentally, okay? But generally speaking, as long as people are fed, usually you don't have a civil war. It's not as simple as that, of course. But I'm saying at least if you got, that's why like bread and circuses, right? In ancient Rome. So, but yeah, I'm extremely simplistic. Hello from Arizona. Hey, Noah. Hello to you. How are things in Arizona, by the way? Yeah. Talani says, ICE removed people who were here legally. I can understand why anger. Yeah, if that is true, because I don't believe anyone. I don't believe, nothing against you, of course, but I'm saying I don't believe anyone. But if that is true, then I would be against it, because I think I am a legal immigrant, so I wouldn't want to be removed. I don't think that's going to happen. Personally, though, the reporting I've seen is that the way I understand it, ICE is mostly looking for illegals. Now, if you are correct, hypothetical, and ICE is taking and sending back home people that are legally here, then I'm against that. When we go into illegal immigration, I mean, we can talk about it if you want, but I do have a strong stance. And the reason why I have a strong stance is because, once again, I am a legal immigrant. I worked really hard to save the money needed to pay for the lawyers, my immigration specialist lawyer, who's from Australia. Not that you needed to know that, but there you go. And, I worked hard to pay for that. I entered the country correctly. I entered the country legally. And before you say, oh, it's easy to do, you didn't have to make sacrifices. I was separated from my wife for a year and a half because of COVID. Why? Because I was waiting to get my green card and I was following the rules. 1 year and a half away from my wife because I followed the rules. I could have just come in here and just whatever, just don't get on the plane and stay, whatever the heck. I didn't do that. So what am I, a joke? Also, I've been paying taxes regularly, tens of thousands of dollars every year, correctly, contributing to society. So, yeah, if what you're saying is right and people who are legal are being removed, then of course I'm against that. But I don't understand this whole sympathizing with illegal immigrants. I don't get it. Like, I don't. At a human level, okay, I'm sure that, but then again, there are rules. There are rules, and these rules need to be followed, is my opinion. And so there is that. And like, people will use patronizing statements such as, no one is illegal on planet Earth. I agree, but it's not like I can go to Saudi Arabia tomorrow or Korea and say it is my right to stay here. It isn't. There are rules. There are borders. And the reason why there are rules, by the way, is to make sure that whenever we do get people that need help, like refugees and whatnot, we have a system that can help them. But if the system collapses, it's bad for them, it's bad for us that pay taxes and are here to contribute with society. Now, the only people that I have a real problem with are the people that burn cars. So, if it is an American citizen who has decided to burn this car, he should be arrested, and there should be a correct, I don't know what, I'm not a lawyer, whatever it is, a fine, I don't know, they need to write his name somewhere, I haven't got a clue how that works, but there should be repercussions. However, if there is an illegal person who is here illegally and decides to start burning stuff in this country that is being kind enough to have them here, then they should be deported. So I do think that people that break the law in a way that is dangerous for society, they break stuff, they destroy everything, they burn the American flag, they have no respect for the West and our culture, then why are they here? Then why are they here? So that's the situation. That's the situation. Again, I have no hate that is connected to ethnicity. Not at all. If you come in legally, I don't care what you look like. You're a good person. You're a contributing member of society. Man, we can hang out, go out together, have a beer. Like I care. I don't. I don't care. But then again, people that break stuff or burn and destroy and loot shops and destroy cars. Yesterday, I was trying to watch videos from all over the place. I watched, for instance, I watched Philip DeFranco, tried to see what his take was. I watched... At one point, I watched Vosh, but it pissed me off, and I had to stop watching. So I'm trying to be open-minded, and I want to watch all sorts of people. It's like but of course, if I only watch right-wingers, I'll get a right-wing perspective. If I only watch lefties, I'll get a left-wing perspective. So I want to watch a little bit of both. But how can I watch someone like Vosh, who is speaking about this situation? And yes, there is damage to property, there is looting, there is destruction, there is cars burned, it's a mess. People have to go to work and be careful, all of this. It's insane. And then he's like, oh, what's more important, human rights or property? You absolute moron. Well, burn your car then. Like, people that say patronizing statements like this are manipulators. That's what they are. Because it's always other people's stuff. It's always other people's stuff. But I want to see him having his house or his car. I'm sure he's got a nice car with all the people that he gets watching every time. He makes good money. The Mr. Communist, I love capitalism. And so I imagine his nice, lovely car that he's got, probably expensive, and then it gets burnt. I imagine him saying, well, it's fine, because, I mean, you know what's important. It's human rights. That's what's important. What a hypocrite. So I can't watch it. I tried. I just can't watch it. What can I say? It's just one of those things. But I got a few super chats, so I want to say thank you to you guys for your support. Talos the King, thank you. Ignore the rage bait troll commenting, I'm Hispanic and I support ICE and legal migration. We're not all like that. Basically, you and me, Talos. So we are, I don't know exactly, again, as I say, I don't know how ICE is operating. And of course, people are saying all sorts of things. If ICE is messing in it, if, for instance, imagine that there are a couple of these ICE agents that are not doing things right, okay, then I wouldn't support them. But in general, I'm going to say you and me. We are both legal immigrants to the United States. You're Hispanic, I'm Italian. We're here. We came in the right way. And I don't think burning stuff and destroying things and causing public unrest is going to help anyone. I don't think that's going to help anyone. So thank you. I agree with you. Appreciate. Logan, as a US-born citizen, I think we need immigration reform. I don't like the fact that you have to pay to be a US citizen. You will pay taxes later, and most Americans can't pass a citizenship test. Well, you know, I don't need to be a citizen to live here, though. I just needed to, I mean, every country, you need a visa. Every country. Now, in Europe, of course, as a European, I don't need a visa to go live in France, but that's a different situation. It's better understood to be more like, sort of, to be more like, if you're from Texas, you don't need a visa to go live in North Dakota. But the thing is that if I want to go live in the UK, if I want to go live in China, if I go to live in Japan like I did, I need a visa. When I moved to Japan, I had a working visa. So visas are necessary. You can do the process without a lawyer if you know the law, but if you don't know the law, so you can file all the papers needed to get a green card if you have the requirements. But then again, if you don't, then yeah, you will need a lawyer. There are lots of different ways to enter a country and get a visa, but sometimes you won't be given a visa. At that point, keep looking for a job, increase your skills, and if you become a very good, you have an excellent CV, it's very likely that someone will, by the way, give you a working visa. So at that point, I don't have a problem with the system. Personally, I don't. Personally, I don't. Let me see. People are also tired of the racists. Absolutely, me too. Yeah, I can agree with that. Unfortunately, a racist will always enter. Like, I can't say, for instance, can I say I love the Roman Empire without having someone to say, be careful, because I'm not saying that's you, but I'm saying, yeah, unfortunately, there will be a racist at one point that will say, yeah, Europe is the best, and then everyone else is disgust. No, yeah, I don't agree with that. But then again, I can still say I love Europe. I can still say I love Rome. But I agree with you. Racists, yeah, of course. I hate all forms of racism, though. So white on black, black on white, Asian on white, white on Asian, all of them, because the one type of virtual signaling that pisses me off is when they are all, oh, I'm so against racism, but then they're pro-anti-white sentiment, but then you're not. Then I'm anti-racist, and you're just a mask. You're just a puppet. It's like it's a clown at that point. If you're anti-racist, you've got to be anti-racist in all situations and in all scenarios and with all people. That's how it is. Thank you, Dakan, for your support. When people are posting pictures of North America circa 1830s and complaining about the Guadalupe Hidalgo Treaty, it starts to feel more serious than just immigration. That's all I'll say. I'm not aware of this, so I can't really comment, but thank you for the support. I don't know what that is. Yeah, not all racists are white. Absolutely, yeah, it's stupid. When people say that, by the way, it's just a justification for hatred. That's all there is to it. It's very simple. You don't need to have, an incredible understanding of psychology, mass psychology, and propaganda. It's very simple. When they say, well, technically it's not racism if I hate white people, I'm like, you're wrong, but even if I wanted to play by your rules, and we said that, okay, you found a technicality as to why it wouldn't be considered exactly racism, it still is. But even if I wanted to play with your rules, okay, still despicable. Because it would still be derogatory sentiment based on the ethnic makeup, or even worse, simply phenotypic trait. And at that point, I'm going to say it doesn't matter. Like, it's still disgusting. Like, what are you trying to do? It's not like it's technically it's not racism. Oh, okay, that's fine. Oh, okay. That's okay then. I mean, what the heck? Yeah, it's crazy. But it's just one of those things. What can I say? What can I say? Yeah. Let's see. Still freedom of speech to wave it, though. What, the flag? Oh, yeah, for sure. You can do it. You can wave the flag. I just think it's stupid to wave a flag in a situation like this. But if you want to, absolutely. What is not freedom of speech is this. This is not freedom of speech. In fact, again, it's not like all of these, for what I could see, it's not like all of these protests were like this. And the only concern I would have is with this. But if there is also a group of people who are just protesting actually peacefully, so they're yelling, they've got their signs, there's nothing wrong with that. And they shouldn't be stopped. That's in fact protected by the Constitution. But if you start burning stuff, then it goes out the window at that point, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. It's kind of a case by case, isn't it? Yeah, that's just LA, is it? The protesters are people without jobs. Possibly, yeah, I imagine. I mean, I don't know, but yeah. Talking about the jobs, since we're discussing this, let me ask you this question. How about since people are complaining about the fact that now these illegal immigrants are being sought after, well, why aren't we asking the question? Because these people are working. They don't pay taxes, but they do work. A lot of these people are hard workers. They do work. So My question is, why aren't their employers paying to get them a working visa at this point? My boss in Japan paid the equivalent of $5,000, which for a business is doable. For a business is doable. He did that, and I got a working visa, and then I lived in Japan. And you have the 1 year working visa, you have the 3 years working visa. You don't even have to commit to be like, I don't know if I want to do a 5 years working visa. That's not the only one that exists. So my question is, why aren't we asking also the question as to why there are employers that are basically avoiding paying these people not enough? They're not giving them the rights. These people that work illegally don't have medical care either. Like, we should be asking these questions too, to be honest. Because if an employer did that, if someone who has a restaurant, I understand they're going to make less money that year, but hey, the rules are the rules. It's just how it is. Let me see. We need rooftop Koreans, get them out there. I'm not sure what this means, so I'm not going to... If I read rooftop, it sounds like I'm not sure what it means. I won't comment. The riots, too long didn't read. Anti-ICE protests escalated by Korea activists with California leadership unwilling to do anything about it. Yeah, I mean, as I say, I think there are several bad apples in here that are making it horrible for everyone. I just wish that the protests were just protests. So you complain because you don't like something. That's absolutely your right to do. And I would fight for you to have that ability to say, I disagree with whatever the current government or administration is doing. But not this. And the problem is that the people that are doing this are actually creating a lot of trouble now for everyone on that side of the spectrum. Meaning, imagine that you have because this is not like 5 people. This is a lot of people that are doing this, because the damage is serious for what I can see. Like, look at this. And but regardless, it's still probably a minority. A lot of the people protesting were just protesting because they didn't like certain aspects of the... And then again, I just shared my opinions when it comes to how I think immigration should work, legally and illegally. They're 2 different things, and that's a reality in all countries on the planet, by the way. It's how it is. But regardless, I'm happy to discuss those points. What I'm not happy to accept or discuss is destruction, is violence. This should never be. Like, it doesn't matter at that point what position you have in the economic spectrum, or whether it comes to immigration or legal, illegal. People that destroyed it make everything harder for everyone. The riots are funded by Marxist NGOs like... I haven't got a clue who that is, Andrew, but thank you for the support. Metatron, what's your favorite Kurosawa movie? Probably Run. RAN, for those who don't know. That's probably that one. Thank you. So I did read this. Yeah, I read this. Legal immigrants. Sorry, I got... Ooh, what happened? Got stuck? Oh, there we go. Wow, a lot of... appreciate that. So you were saying... As a US, yeah, I read that one. Legal immigrants are among the most patriotic Americans, often more so than native-born Americans. In some cases, yes, and I consider myself to be patriotic. I'm patriotic too. I'm patriotic. I'm going to teach my kids to be proud of being an American son or daughter, whatever the heck it is. Juan, thank you for the support. Appreciate. What's the rage? Thank you for the support. Ray Gonzalez, thank you so much for gifting the Metatron memberships, man. I really support your thanks. I really thank you for your support. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate. Very, very generous of you. I'm gonna switch back to regular chat in a second. Render to Kaiser the things that are Kaiser, and to God the things that are God. Follow the law. Follow your soul. Absolutely. I mean, the law is necessary, because without the law, there will be anarchy. Anarchy cannot work. Anarchy is impossible. And I think the way, and then Truth Korean protected LA from the gang members, you should make a video. Well, I'll have to investigate before I make a video, because I don't know anything about it. What I wanted to say, though, is, yeah, I mean, if you have a situation where people imagine anarchy, they're like, we don't need the police. We don't need the police. They fund them all. We don't need the police. And no boots on the ground, nothing. And then we can self-govern. You know what happens in situations like this? The mafia runs everything. Organized crime runs everything, because you will always have an authoritative body in power. So at this point, it's better that it's the police. It's better that it's the police. And at the end of the day, as I say, I know it must be scary, must be unsettling to have people like this in riot gear. Stay home. Stay home. You know, if you're a law-abiding citizen, you have nothing to worry about when it comes to the police. Just stay home. And if it does happen that you're out and an officer tells you to stop, you stop. This whole thing that sometimes I watch a lot of police cam, by the way, and sometimes I see these people that are like, you can't tell me what to do. Yes, you can, unless you want to live outside of society, civilized society. That's how it works. You're not special. The laws apply to all of us. Yes, there are instances of police brutality, and I hate them. I think they're horrible. But I am saying a lot of the times when I see police cam, there are these people that keep saying, you can't tell me what to do. I can do whatever I want. I don't have to stop for you. No, I'm not taking this. I'm not doing that. And it's ridiculous. What are you trying to prove? And once again, I say, people that believe that a sort of an anarchic society could work don't understand that then it's the rule of the jungle. Then it's the rule of the jungle, and it's always in the hands of organized crime and gangs and things like that. It can't work, unfortunately. I don't know what it is with the chat today. We're getting a little bit of, look. Oh, okay, it's working. Nice. Oh, there we go. But don't worry, I know how to fix it. It's not a problem. I just do this and this. Boom. Problem solved. Haha. Yeah. All right. So let me see. I want to make sure. So thank you again, Ray, for your. Thank you so much. Best swordsman is the king. Yeah, and often it's also the worst, meaning the most evil man is going to be the king in situations like that. It's, yeah. Yeah, let's avoid all caps, guys, because I never read all caps, so it's pointless. Yeah, anarchy works if there are 10 people and 9 are family. And even then, kind of depends. But yeah, it's one of those situations. No, police is needed everywhere. Police is needed everywhere. There you go. So thank you, William. Foreign nationals are fighting our law enforcement and armed forces while waving the flag of their home country while proclaiming loyalty to said country sanctioned on national television. I understand then why are they, yeah, I don't know why they're here. I mean, if I was outside with the Italian flag saying, Italy, yeah, I hate the US, then go back to Italy at that point, right? That's what I would tell myself. I would tell myself that, honestly. It pisses me off, like the people that burn the American flag. Why are you here? I'm not saying, and then I heard a guy tell me, oh, but that's the freedom of speech. Once again, we need to define speech, because if you make a massive fire in a public space where there are children and people, and the fire, and there is wind, and then they add the petrol, so the gas, and it explodes. I mean, that's not speech. First of all, that's not speech. Your freedom of speech is, yeah, you can, if you want, to me, it's a useless exercise. But yeah, you can take the American flag, say you hate America in front of a camera in the public plaza, feel free. Just don't add any crime. I will still cringe monumentally, because why are you in America? I'm happy to be in America. So what the heck? It's just one of those situations. We had a similar situation, by the way, I'm going to read the super chats in a second, but we had a similar situation in Italy a few years ago where there was this whole massive debate because apparently there was a wave of immigration, but this was a while ago. I'm not even talking about the recent ones. But anyways, there was a wave of immigration, and there was a high percentage of Muslims in a certain city. I don't remember where it was. I think it was, because usually Tuscany has a lot of Chinese Muslims. I don't know where they are exactly. But anyways, that happened. And then there were some elements in the government that were saying we should remove all crosses from schools, and we should remove crosses and any symbol of Christianity because it offends them from public spaces. And I don't understand that. The reason, and again, if you're a Muslim, I don't hate you. I don't hate you. We disagree. I think Christ is king. You don't. You think Muhammad is the prophet. Hey, fine. You believe whatever you want. I believe whatever I want. I think I'm right. You think you're right. I don't have a problem with you. In fact, if you like history, thank you. I appreciate that you appreciate European history, since my channel is mostly about European, a bit Japanese, occasional African. But in general, it's a lot of European history. So I appreciate that you like that. I don't have a problem with you. But imagine this. Again, if you're Muslim and you're watching this, would you appreciate if just because you've got a bunch of Italians moving into your country, then now you need to remove any symbol that has to do with the Quran or that has to do with your religion because it offends us? No, I think I wouldn't want you to do that. It's your country. It's your culture. Likewise, I thought it was ridiculous that happened in Italy at one point. It didn't pass. I don't think it didn't pass. The law didn't pass. It's just one of those things. I think it should be equal. It should be equal ground. It should be equal ground. Thank you, Damnation. There are a lot of hypocrites when it comes to the ICE raids and right. Yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you say you keep. Sir Glauco says ICE is detaining legal immigrants too. So you say, but I need proof of that because I've seen video proof of the explosion. Hence, I consider them as real. All the fire, I saw it. I saw the videos before coming live, so I know this is happening. When it comes to what you're stating here, I need to have proof because instead I watched one of the scenes that I was watching, one of the documentary was, I don't remember which news it was, but they were broadcasting and they said yes, they did stop a guy because they thought he might have been an illegal immigrant, but they checked his ID, he had a green card and let him go. That's the information I got. So you can say this, but I need proof. If it's true, then I disagree with ICE. ICE should only look at the illegal immigrants, and they should not touch any legal person that lives in the United States and went through the process correctly. So yeah, it's a lot of statements here, Glaucus. I appreciate the support, but I'll have to see, because how do I know this is not propaganda? And of course I am aware, it looks to me like left-wing propaganda. Now right-wing also does propaganda, which is why I try to watch both. And I speak when I'm presented evidence. Because I've seen too many people saying, it's only peaceful, nothing is happening, it was perfectly contained, and then it wasn't. It was a mess. So yeah, we need proof. That's the thing. If you can provide the proof, then I'll be with you. I'll be like, you know what, this whatever federal agent that removed this family and they were legal, that's wrong. I agree with you at that point. Why? Because I'm a moderate. I'm a moderate, and so I want to look at things and they need to make sense logically, and that's how it works. Sounds like a UK now. Oh yeah, no, the UK is a mess right now, I'll say it. And I love you guys in the UK. You know, I have wonderful memories when I was a teenager in the UK, but it was 25 years ago, so it's a very different looking UK. And to be honest, right now, I don't like the government you have in power, but it's your government, it's not mine, so you choose it. If you like it, great, it's your country. I'm not going to come and tell you who you should vote for. But the situation in the UK right now looks like it's, I mean, I don't know. You'll have to explain to me this if you're in the UK, because once again, I read this, but at this point, just like I dislike left-wing propaganda, I don't know if what I'm about to say is right-wing propaganda or if it's real. But what I did hear is that they were trying to pass an anti-Islamophobia law. Is that true? Because if that's true, and there isn't an anti-Christianophobia law, I'm never going to step foot in the UK ever again if they do something like that. But I don't know if it's propaganda. So you'll have to, if you live in the UK and you know the situation, please enlighten me. Please enlighten me. Fan funding. What have we got? Thank you so much, guys, by the way. I really appreciate. They are radicalizing so many people against them. You're absolutely right. Extremism creates radicals on the other side. You're absolutely right. Edgy 15-year-olds on the internet. Okay, Metatron, but what if I want the mafia to run everything? Yeah, exactly. Edgy 15-year-old, probably 12-year-old would say that. And let me see. Treaty of Ilago in Guadalupe was after the Mexican-American War. It established the Rio Grande as the border. Oh, I see. Thank you for that explanation, What's a Rage. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm trying to make sure I'm not being disrespectful. Thank you, Dreamheart. He says, amen, brother. Amen. Is it really, because I can already imagine people clipping what I'm saying and saying, look, meta, but is it really that crazy to say, if there is, I don't want, by the way, I want people to be able, as a religious man, I want people to be able to be freely critical of all religions, including mine. However, if you're going to pass a law, if this is true, and you're going to pass a law to make it illegal to speak ill of or criticize a religion, then you have to pass it for all religions. I'm gonna fight for the freaking Hindu. I'm gonna, not just the Christians is a given, but I'm gonna fight for the Buddhists at that point. It's not right. If That's what happened. Although then again, I still think the only rule when it comes to, for instance, blasphemy and things like this is you don't do it in my house. This is the only rule that I apply. If I come to your house and you start speaking blasphemously all the time and it bothers me, I may leave, but I won't tell you what you're supposed to do in your house. It's your house. But then again, if someone comes to my house, and that's a rule, that is a categorical rule. If you insult my God, you're out of my house. Whoever you are, you can be family, by the way. You're still out of my house. I even had a big disagreement with a cousin of mine, and yeah, and I told him, in your house you do. In my house, the name of my God will not be taken lightly like that. But I wouldn't force you, when it comes to the law, no, because that's not a business of the government to say what people can or cannot say, and the only exception would be crimes. And that's how it is. All right, at least for me, guys. I'm just sharing my personal opinion here. Let's see. In Finland, says Jason, huge amounts of decommodified housing on government land eliminate homelessness. Okay. American workers need to curb managerial A-word from the moneyed classes. Diversity hatred is a side distraction serving the rich. Yeah, I mean, the last part I can understand, like the culture wars and all that. Yeah, totally. Also, because at the end of the day, once again, you see someone like Hassan Piker. I just can't stand the guy. I'm sorry if you're a fan. Okay, I'm just going to say it. This guy is all about minorities, and he's all about socialism, and then just what he wears is thousands of dollars, so he's a capitalist. I just don't get it. Like, it's, yeah, so I can agree, and that too becomes it's the rich always benefit anyways. But yeah, no, thank you. I don't understand the part at the top here, but cool. Are you in Finland? The space says it's irritating how people sit upon the high horse of January 6th. Of course, it was wrong, right? But you cannot act like it's an excuse to burn an assault. I agree. Yeah, sure. Sure. I actually watched that debate on January 6th because I don't know. I heard people say so many different things and I'm a little confused. And because I'm not tribalistic, I don't just believe what one side says and just consider what the other side says incorrect. So I watched this debate between Ben Shapiro and Destiny about it. And I think I understood a third of the words they were saying, honestly, because when it comes to this kind of situations, it's a little complicated. So I don't know. I haven't got a clue. I'll be honest. Another issue beyond hypocrisy is that they are only taking one group of people. Like, what do you mean? I'll need you to expand on that. Big Baba, thank you. As someone who lives in a sanctuary state, Connecticut, it does concern me that local PDs might start to flaunt the legislation in place to assist ICE on detainment outside their jurisdiction. Rioting helps no one, though. Agree, yeah, exactly. If there is something that you don't like about the methodology used when it comes to the ICE and having to basically, yeah, remove the illegal immigrants, then yeah, sure, breaking stuff is not going to help it at that point. We have to find other ways to discuss and talk about it. Jasper Owen, thank you. When people won't see reason and then abandon evil on their own, when evil becomes good for them, then there is nothing left but force. Yeah, but then the stronger will win. Like, it's too much of a justification of also evil based on what point of view? Because once again, you and I think I'm good. You think you're good. Someone else will think you're evil. And then they will find themselves justified to take your stuff, destroy your things, and destroy your life. So it doesn't work. Like, because from your perspective, you think you've got everything. Like, of course, I'm the good. We are the good guys. Those are the bad guys. And so I destroy everything. But the thing is that what they're destroying is not even the stuff that belongs. Some of the stuff, the looting. Do you think the looting belonged to ICE? Like the shops belong to ICE? They don't. So they're destroying people's lives. And before anyone says they have insurance, first, you don't know that. Second, even if they do, it still doesn't make it right. Why are you destroying cars that belonged to people? And I've seen it, like throwing the rock inside and smashing the windshield of someone who's just trying to go to work. You're not attacking the bad guys. You're attacking regular people. They're only taking Mexicans. Is that true? I don't know if that's true. I hope not. It shouldn't be targeted like that. Although then again, I do hear that California specifically has a very high percentage of Mexicans. Do you think it could be because of that or what? Like, I don't know. Of course, I will be against that. You need to take, at that point, if it's illegal, it's illegal. It doesn't matter if it's a Polish illegal or if it's an English illegal. If it's an illegal, it's an illegal. It shouldn't be ethnically based. In this, Ray says, exactly, in this country you have the right to protest, absolutely, but you forfeit that right when you choose the path of violence, absolutely, 100%, Ray. You and I, same radio station. You should have no protection of the law once you cross that line. In fact, if anything, you need to enforce the law to protect the law-abiding citizens. Because if you're a family, and you look at this picture, there is a lovely park. Imagine you're a family and you're taking your kids and your dog in this park, and people start destroying stuff. Yes, you need the police to stop them, so that the regular, decent people, whatever their position, ethnicity, politics, it doesn't matter, religion or lack thereof, so that they can be protected from mass destruction. Yeah. This is all well and good, but what suit of armor would you suggest to the protesters? Ooh, plate. As believers, there is only one good. Good is a higher concept. I understand, but people are not all believers in the same thing that you believe on. So yeah, someone that believes that you are evil, and there are people that believe that. I don't, but there are people that believe that, and they are wrong in believing that, but they are still going to think, he's evil, so I'm going to enforce violence. That's the thing. So yeah, it's one of those situations. Romans marched to halfway the Netherlands. Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, notification. At the end of the day, there is no one single country on the planet that has zero immigration laws and just lets anyone in without any form of process. There are people that think that that's the right way to do it, which clearly isn't. Again, for the sake of everyone involved, everyone, including the immigrants. So yeah, it's kind of strange that it's like, well, the West is supposed to not care about these things, but no one is expecting Saudi Arabia or whatever the heck to just open and everyone can go in, and then no, they're going to take it. If I go to Saudi Arabia illegally, if I go to China illegally and they find me, and I speak Chinese, so it's probably going to be easier for me to mingle, because I can go there and be like, 你好，你是中国人吗？我不是中国人，我是意大利人，谢谢。明天我们可以去北京 that kind of stuff, but whatever. Let's say they still get me. Yeah, do you think they're going to be okay with me? Then no, I'm going to go out. It's just how it is. Go to Japan illegal. Exactly. I went to Japan and I did it legally. I had to go to the Rome. Like, am I a joke? Am I an idiot? Who I've always, and I loved Japan. When I went there, first 3 months, I had no money, nothing. I stayed there as a tourist, and I loved it, and I wanted to stay, but I went back home. But then I kept sending emails, studying, learning the kanji, and then because I knew how to read and write in Japanese, which took a lot of work, and I had a degree, then they offered me a job, and I said, but will you give me a visa? He said, yeah, I'll get you a visa. So I went there, and he got me a visa. I had to go to I had to go to Rome to do all the processing correctly, and I got a working visa, and there you go. And now I'm in the US, visa. When I moved to the UK, visa. Yeah. That's how it's supposed to be done. Hey, Baron, good to have you here. How you doing, man? Yeah. 800,000 illegal Mexicans in California. I don't know if those numbers are real. I don't know. But yeah. That is a huge number. If it's real, wow. If it's real, wow. Thank you, Knocked. I'll just call you Knocked. It's not one-sided violence, though. Like that Aussie reporter that got shot by a cop. Yeah, that's wrong. That is absolutely wrong. You can't only condemn violence. No, I'm not. I agree. It's just, I agree. Yeah, I think I did see that now that you're reminding me, and I agree with you. Yeah, that should have never happened. That should have never. So that cop should be put into a suspension, and then they need to investigate. I agree. So yeah, the cops should only use violence if the people are like going there and they're destroying stuff, they're attacking, they're throwing stuff at them, and then the cops need to retaliate. It's a retaliation. Of course, if there is no, yeah, I agree with you. Absolutely Knocked. 100%. 100%. There have been riots in downtown St. Denis, thank you for the support, LA for the past few weeks. Yeah, the police say they disrupted an unpermitted music event. There is a large group of underemployed people ready for violence. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there are people that, again, as I say, there are people that are peacefully protesting. I have nothing against them. They should be able to do it. And if they are prevented from doing it, I say no, they should be allowed to do it. But then there are also people, as you say, agitators, people that want to destroy stuff, people that jump on the cars with the flags. And yeah, these people, they need to be stopped. And that's how it is. For the good of the good people of these cities, wherever it is, honestly. It's just how it is. Oh no, I know it's not new. Yeah, of course. This is, yeah, sure. And of course, they're not all refugees, obviously. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Sorry if I skipped a super chat. I'll check it. Alberto, okay, I'll find it immediately, my friend. Thank you for the support. There we go. I'm afraid these riots are scary, but they're not new. Sending in the military without invoking the Insurrection Act while the state governor screams at you not to is new. I don't want dictatorship. I can see your point of view. I'll say this. So the National Guard, I looked into it, and there are two precedents. So there are two situations in which the National Guard was summoned, at least. On one hand, the National Guard was summoned in the 60s without the consent of the governor. It was for a different reason, but it still happened. I think it was to protect Martin Luther King and his, so that he wouldn't be disturbed. So they needed that. The other happened in the 90s, and it was with the governor's permission. But to be fair, even if he didn't give it, I kind of have a feeling, looking at the context, that it would have still happened. I do understand where you're coming from, but here's the thing, though. In Italy, we have had a time when, I think it happened in the 90s, where there was an operation called Operazione Strade Sicure, which was maybe in early 2000s, actually, where in order to combat crime, they basically deployed the army within Italian soil, and for every cop, you had two heavily armed military people. Now, yeah, so here's the thing about these situations. And by the way, did they call the National Guard during January 6th? I don't know, I'm just asking. But what I'm saying is this: if local law enforcement is doing a good job at preventing this, then I suppose you don't need to summon the National Guard. With that being said, I actually looked into this, and it didn't seem like they had it under control. Stuff got destroyed, cars got burned, people were doing what they were doing. So at this point, I don't have a problem with the summoning of the National Guard to support law enforcement. Not against the American citizens, of course, but I'm saying only against the violent people and insurrectionists. At that point, I personally wouldn't have a problem with it. Now, I do live in the US, but I'm not an American. So if you have a better understanding of the Constitution and you tell me, no, in this country, that should never happen. But then again, there are precedents. It happened. It has happened before. So once again, it depends. We should really look and see what they do. And I think there was also the situation when it comes to the Marines being on high alert. I hope they don't get deployed, but if they do get deployed, then I would say we should ask, why are they getting deployed? And if they're getting deployed because people are escalating into actual violence and killing, then at that point, I personally wouldn't have a problem with it. But I understand you can disagree with me, and that's okay. But I'm just telling you, the only way in which I wouldn't have a problem with support for law enforcement through the National Guard is in scenarios where the police is not managing to keep the situation under control, and it does not look under control. But yeah, the guy that got shot, I'm right. Yeah, no, the reporter probably shot with a rubber bullet, though, as far as I was reading. But yeah. Yeah, sorry for the ads. I tried to keep them as low as possible. And yeah, so I apologies for that. Wow, what's going on here? Wow, look at this. Hey, have you ever seen this, guys? Look, it's going nuts. 3-4-3-4-3-4-3-4. What's going on? Holy moly. I don't know what that is, guys, but here we are. Yeah. You say somebody's organizing and paying for these protests. I hope not. I mean, I can't. It's really an unfalsifiable statement, so maybe not. Who knows? Yeah. Yeah, I know that there were some cops that got injured. That's also wrong, by the way, because they're just doing their jobs. Unless it's like a cop that is doing. But even then, I mean, a cop that doesn't do his job right needs to be suspended. They need without pay, and if he does something really bad, then they need to be prosecuted. I still wouldn't want them to get like a glass bottle in the face, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Salutamo, Bong Donkey. Good to have you here. Thank you, little legs. Metatron caused this protest because he didn't cut the split ends of his hair, and it made people crazy. It's either that or it's pineapple on pizza. What's more probable, my friend? My friend, what's more probable? The guy standing on the car with the flag is so performative. Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't even think that guy even cares about the actual social issues that may be part of the protests, that are part of the protests. I don't think he cares. He just wants to break stuff. Because there are people like this guy with this brick who's about to destroy this. It's just a violent individual who's looking for an excuse to be disruptive and destroy stuff and possibly get away with it. And I hope he doesn't. At this point, I don't care who blocks this guy, who arrests this guy, whether it's a policeman or whether it's a National Guard individual. Yeah, take him. That's what it is. Yeah. Wrong. Protesters just want everyone to know Asmongold has way better hair. Does he? Does he? Hey, he may have a better channel. He may have more subscribers. He may have more popularity, whatever you want. I've got the best hair out of the two. I mean, look at this. Come on. Come on, Asmongold. Where are you? Asmongold. Stand up, Asmongold, and show us where it reaches. For me, that's where we are, Asmongold. So, what are we doing about that? What are you doing about that? What are you going to do about that? Who's got the best hair? I don't know what to do with people that cut their hair. What? Cut their hair. Goodness gracious. So, yeah. But anyways, oh, sorry. I'm back. Asmongold has 10,000 more roaches in his house too. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I still think he's cool though. I like Asmongold. Anyways, Darkwing. I don't always agree. There are some takes that I disagree with. I think it's obvious, but apparently I have to say it, or people are like, "So are you saying that you agree with this thing that he said 3 years ago?" No. I still occasionally watch him though. Let's see. Detroit riots 1967, the King assassination riots 1968, the New York postal strike 1917, Los Angeles riots. Okay, so these are all situations that happened. And what happened? Like that they sent in the National Guard? Is that what you're saying? I didn't know what you were saying. Again, anyone who does full caps, I will purposely ignore your chat. So just so you know. When are we getting GUNs on Metatron's video? You're in America now, might as well immerse. Oh, I'm fully immersed. Fully immersed. Yeah, I'll just never show them on a video so I don't get demonetized. But I'm fully immersed, I can tell you that much. Dapper, thank you for the support. I've been trying to find you at Tanegashima Teppo to send you. Thank you. But replicas stopped being produced years ago, so originals are all I can find for sale, and those are pricey. Oh, no. Forgive me, long-haired Italian man. No, not at all. Thank you. Have you looked into maybe like Iron Mounted Armory? Because I think they make them. At one point, I had one. I don't know what it is. I don't think I have it anymore. I probably sold it because I couldn't send it. But I think they make those, Tanegashima Teppo, although they don't shoot. So if you want one that I can actually shoot, then I don't know where you would have to find it. Yeah. Rapidly deleting and commenting. It looked like that, Jasper. Oh, gosh. By chance, if any feds are watching the CRTEL, bothering us with DRUGS, up here in Alaska, please send help. Goodness gracious. In Alaska. Yeah. Are you technically Italian American? I thought you got citizenship. No, I'm Italian, and I am starting the proceeding to receive citizenship, but I'm not a citizen just yet. It's gonna take a few years. Yeah, 10%. Okay. SCOTUS ruled today. Trump could send the National Guard. I don't know what SCOTUS means. Oh, you're saying that it didn't do anything illegal from a legal perspective, like constitutional? Yeah, I didn't look into that. I don't know. Like you would need an actual lawyer to do that. And I know that usually Legal Eagle addresses this, but they appear to be quite biased. So I don't know if I can trust them. They say they're not biased, but it looks biased to me. But maybe it will surprise me. I don't know. YouTube is so mature now, they're spamming comments in full caps. That's fine because I ignore them. So they're not really gaining anything. A distraction from the Elon list comment timing. No, I don't think. I need to see what's going on here. I see. Yeah, I don't think it is a distraction, to be honest. I don't know. I don't believe for 1 second that the Elon Musk and Trump drama is real. I don't believe it's real. I just don't. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I think they're doing it on purpose because particularly with some of the things I read, I'm like, no way they're serious. Like the black eye thing, or the comment on Tesla being girly cars. I mean, come on. I don't believe it for a second. I don't believe it, guys. I just don't. I personally don't. But then again, let me see. Just chiming in, hey Baron, not all of these pics may be from the current riots. Yeah, but a lot of these are a day ago, and I did watch the videos. People and the news have been circulating pics from other riots through history. You're correct about that. Yeah, that's true. Very good point, Baron. I did watch the videos though, so it maybe not all these pictures are from these, but the ones that are actually from, like that I watched the videos, like the live streaming, it's a mess. It is a mess. Like there are peaceful protests. No problems. And then there is this problem. It's as simple as that. This is the most moderate take that you can take on the planet, by the way. Just so you know. That's funny. Thank you, Ray. Side note, I mentioned this before. My family's from Cuba. Oh, yeah, very cool. Do you know what would happen if you speak out against the government? Same thing that would happen in 1930s Italy. No, I believe it, Ray. Absolutely. Yeah, never mind. Breaking stuff. Probably just speaking. I believe you. Ray, what I'm trying to say is while some people may see this as an atrocity, I say the US government is being very careful on how to handle its situation at hand. I agree. Absolutely. And then again, we'll see. We'll see if this is it is a show of force, but the government sometimes needs to deploy shows of force. As long as they're not overused, like they must not start if they start shooting at regular people, then yeah, that's wrong. If they're using rubber bullets against violent people for crowd control, that's different. It's tactical. So it's one of those situations we need to make sure, yeah, of course, in order for this to be fascism, you would have to have this used to the full extent of violence from the government breaking people's rights. But people don't have the right to burn stuff like this and destroy. Like, look at this imbecile with a skateboard, with his masked face. Who the heck is this guy? Why would anyone try to defend someone like this? Anyways. Tombstone. Not 100% believe someone in UK was recently charged with a hate crime against Islam, so the religion as a whole, for burning a Quran outside a mosque. I see. Well, then again, burning things, as I say, I'm against burning things. It's more that I'm more concerned when it comes to speech. That's what because people burn stuff it's illegal. But if people, if it's a situation where people can't speak against religions or things like that, then that's wrong. That shouldn't happen. Thank you for being a member for 6 months, FP. I really appreciate that. It has been hidden that the people who started the riots were sent by the federal government as an excuse to use force and possibly invade Mexico. Yeah, that sounds like a conspiracy. Maybe you're right. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying, man, I'm going to need some proof for that. And if it were true, then I would condemn it because it would be wrong. But it sounds conspiratorial, I'll be honest with you. Not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just talking to you like a man. So if I think it's nonsense, I'll say it. You know, I'm not here to pander. I'm here to treat you with respect. Yeah. Chip says Tesla being a girly car is objectively true. I think Teslas look awesome. I like Teslas. I'm not a huge fan of the Cybertruck, but I do like. Although then again, it kind of looks like PlayStation One graphics now that I think about it. So at that point, if I imagine it as a low poly car, then I like it. If I imagine it as no, that's the intended design, then I don't like it. So it kind of depends how you look at it, I guess. And I'll keep reading the. Thank you for becoming a member, Blue Eyed Devil. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. But yeah, no, the regular Teslas, I think they're nice cars. I like them. What are your thoughts on the Chinese Communist Party? Well, I don't like communism, so there's that. I don't like any form of dictatorial regimes. Not to mention the fact that, you know, yeah, that's a dictatorial regime, honestly. But then again, if you live in China, follow the law, man. Follow the law. But yeah. All right, let me see. I'll read the super chats in a second. Metron, I appreciate you doing the right thing and coming here legally. Yeah, I'm happy to have you in our country. Thank you so much, Jay. And man, that took sacrifice. Once again, look at the difference. Like, honestly, imagine someone who comes here as a tourist, decides to stay. He shouldn't, but he stays, has no visa, starts working in a whatever place, starts to make money, doesn't pay taxes, stays here as long as he wants, gets a couple of girls, has some fun, great. And then there is me. I was not only I spent the money, I worked hard for the money to be able to come here and pay for the legal fees. And then, I found the love of my life, and we were separated for a year and a half from my lawful wife. Because there was a situation with COVID, I still didn't have the green card. I had to wait for it for the whole situation, and that happened. And what am I? What am I, a joke? That's my question at this point, if you know what I mean. That's the thing. I did it right. Yeah. Politicians are using riots as an excuse to call for more surveillance. Maybe, but then don't give them the excuse. Even if I were to agree with you, Matthew, it's possible. But then don't give them the excuse. Like literally, if that's the case, then burning stuff is giving the politicians exactly what they want. So the best way to prevent this is to not burn shit. It's just being tactical, just being tactical at this point. Wealthy communist groups like the Party of Socialism and Liberation have been tracked back to back in the LA riots. Yeah, if this has been like actually, what's the word, confirmed by a court of law, then I would say terrible. Terrible, absolutely. I mean, there should be repercussions at that point. Yeah. Violence as a place in activism, you say. Violence cannot be justified for activism, because if you're like, well, I have this strong belief, and you don't, and you disagree with me, so I'm gonna apply violence and destroy stuff and hurt people who disagree with me. It's all fine and dandy until you find someone who is meaner, faster, stronger than you, and has less to lose than you. Then you're not gonna like that, Michael. You're not always gonna think. You're not always gonna be the big dog. And that's the problem. If you justify it on one side, then your enemy can justify it too. And that could have terrible repercussions. So at this point, I'm like, no, let's use words until the very last end. Words and elections and democratic elections and whatnot. That's the thing. Yeah, exactly. Because otherwise it's the same situation with people destroying the Teslas. Why are they destroying the Teslas? Those Teslas don't belong to Elon Musk. If you hate Elon Musk, fine, but destroying the Tesla that belongs to a regular person who may have even bought it before the whole situation where Elon Musk became more involved with politics, who are you hurting, you absolute idiot? You're hurting the regular person who may even agree with you. Maybe you were on the same side. So it's like, no, at that point, use your voice. That's what I'm saying. Most illegal immigrants do pay taxes. In what planet, Straw Piglet? Never heard of that. Yeah. So you keep saying immigrants pay taxes, but okay, how are they paying taxes? You tell me there is no black work. There is no like it's called lavoro in nero in Italian. I'm translating black work. Maybe that's not how you say it in English. So let me requalify. There is no illegal employment with no taxes being paid. I don't know. That doesn't sound real. But then again, yeah. Let me see. Oh, yeah, let me have a look. Yeah, there we go. Swatson has a good point. People sometimes just need an excuse to do evil. I've seen in person horrible things that are true evil. Absolutely. Yeah. Thankfully, you can afford the legalization process. Yeah, but I can afford it, though. You say, however, for those fleeing poor and war-torn countries do not have that privilege. Yeah, which is why I say not every illegal immigrant is a refugee. So let's already divide. Because someone who comes here and does something else, it's not, they don't all run away from these. Okay, but there are situations like that. Great. It still needs to be a system. So I am all for helping people that are in need, but they need to go through a system also because we need to do background checks, because otherwise there will be the bad apple that will tell you, oh, I'm running away from the horrible country, but in reality in that country he murdered 5 people. We need to check, and maybe he's wanted from that. You know how many checks they run on me? So yeah, that's one thing. Unfortunately, the bad apples ruin it for everyone, but it is how it is. And when it comes to thankfully you can afford it, yeah, I can afford it, but not from money from daddy and mommy. I can afford it because I worked hard, and I found a job because I got a good qualification. I went to college. Now I get it. Not everyone can afford, but there is a lot of skilled manual labor that you can do to afford the legal immigration. So once again, I don't know. Again, I can't afford a $2 million house. Doesn't mean that I'm owed one. If I can't afford something, I don't get it. And then again, for the people that are only in those specific situations, they're actual refugees, they're running away from a, yeah, okay, absolutely, through the systems, I do want to, if my tax dollar payment can help people that are really in need, I'm all for it. But there has to be a system. I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, they'll let everyone in and whatever happens, happens. It's just one of those things. There has to be balance. There has to be balance. There are riots on the East Coast too. Really, Hutler? Oh no. Let's see. Thank you, Ray Gonzalez. Okay, sad for those people that comes from a bad place. I understand exactly, but you can't come into somebody's house and say you're going to live here now. Precisely. Absolutely. Yeah, also because once again, the people that keep saying, well, these people that come in, again, if you say yes to everyone, say yes to some, I agree. Say yes to everyone, are you going to let them in your house? How many rooms do you have? If you're all for it, maybe you have an extra room, just let the couple in, and are you going to do it? Because at that point, then we all need to make sacrifices, right? It's just how one of those things. There has to be law and order, there has to be control, and then I say yes. Let's help people that are in need, but let's divide it. Let's do the background checks. Let's make sure we understand who is coming in the country, because now I live in this country too. I don't know where you guys live, so like I know there are plenty of people from the US, but then again, if you're someone who's not from the US and you say what people should do in the US, that's why a second ago I said I can have an opinion on the UK government, but at the end of the day, if you're English and you like it, I'm not going to tell you how you should live your life in your country. I can dislike it, and I will say that. But at the end of the day, it's easy, it's easy for someone to speak, well, you should let everyone in, and well, okay, great, but you don't live here. So, I mean, of course you're going to say that. It's easy for you. Yeah, exactly, Matt. I think it's opposite. Most illegals don't pay taxes, and maybe there is a way by which some illegals do. I don't even know. They pay taxes via their purchaser. That's not how taxes work, couch potato. And I hope the IRS is not seeing this message from you. I would suggest you to remove it. I'm not going to remove it for you, but I would suggest you to remove it. By the books is how you treat your taxes. Never mess with taxes. Never under the table. Thank you, my left. I appreciate that. Also, thank you, Asparagus. What a name. For becoming a subscriber on Twitch with Prime. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, the Prime thing always gets me because I'm like, man, he could have chosen to given that Prime subscription to so many streamers and he chose me. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. I understand that, Nerf. Yeah, absolutely. Some of us can't afford to live any other way than the UK. Yeah, no, 100%. I feel you. I feel you. 100%. You say taxation is theft. Yeah, high taxation is bad, which is why I always think it's good to try and find ways to reduce taxes, the tax burden on the people. But some taxation is necessary because how are you going to build the streets? Like you need to pay for stuff that is communal and it's public property. So if you need a new hospital, if you need a new schools, if you need to, all of this stuff costs. So it needs to be paid. You cannot have a government with zero taxes unless they are like super small. If it's like a super small country, I guess you could theoretically, and I believe there are a couple of countries that do that. Maybe what's the name? Monaco? I don't remember honestly, but in general, a certain level of taxation is necessary. How are you gonna? Yeah, and I'm talking about income taxes in this case. Absolutely, yes. Yeah. Hey, Wolf Blitzer, good to have you here. Metatron, have you been, bro? Very well. Sorry, missed the birthday bash stream. Hey, no problem, no problem. Absolutely, no worries, no worries. Can I speak Spanish a little bit? I don't speak it well, but I do speak it a little bit. I need to get fluent in Spanish. Actually, I would love to do that. Mind you, there is one of the people that brings me my mail, and he's Mexican, and we always have a great time. We always have a great time. We talk, we speak. Guy was here legally. He showed me everything. I don't know why he wanted to show me, but he showed me. Maybe because we were talking about immigration, and I was telling him about it. Showed me the picture of his daughter, picture of his other daughter, his wife. I'm like, man, this guy's so cool. So yeah, that happens. And I disagree with Pao, who says no immigrants allowed except if they are whites. No, I disagree with that. Sorry. I think a person can legally enter, and as long as they have, if they're doing it through the legal process and they don't cause problems, great. I don't have a problem with that. See, that's the problem. When people fixate on the color of the skin, it doesn't matter who's doing it and for what. Then that's when you're crossing a line that I'm not willing to cross on either side. This is one of those situations. No, actually, no, Matt. You say the government can just print money. Taxation is that. No, Matt, the government can't do that. Because if the government starts taxing too much, starts printing too much money, they will destroy the economy. The value of said money, actually printing money is a horrible thing to do from an economics perspective. If you start printing money, they do sometimes, and every time they've done it, the value of the currency is messed up, and it's a really bad thing, actually. It just doesn't work because there is international economics that has to do with that. Exactly, Lady Jennifer. I agree with you. Yeah. You say the USA has many non white legal immigrants who work hard and are great people. I agree 100%. And I don't have a problem with them. Not at all. Yeah, exactly. Printing money is a major cause of inflation. Absolutely. Yeah. And then it's a problem because then your money's worth nothing and everything skyrockets. Like you can't do that, unfortunately. Yeah, and I mean, trust me, it's not like I like paying taxes, but I pay taxes. Every year we need to go, I need to write everything down because I'm self-employed. That's how I count. And then we have to file taxes. I get to write off quite a few things, so that's nice. I wrote off my Switch 2, which I'm happy to have. I'm going to write that one off. But yeah, no, I give, as I say, I give tens of thousands of dollars to the to the IRS every year. I wish I could keep them. Can't keep them. It is what it is. But I still do it. Thank you, TryPTY, for subscribing with Prime. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Man, tonight we need to continue that horror game. People on Twitch, tonight we need to continue that horror game. It's going to be great. Thank you, Ray Gonzalez. I'm going to check to make sure I haven't skipped any other super chat. Why did you get Switch 2? Well, because I like it. And also because it's going to make my wife happy. So at the end of the day, when people, I'm going to read your super chat in a second, but I've seen a few people telling me, I'm so disappointed. How could you do this? Why did you support Nintendo? Why did you get the Switch? It's horrible. No, I'm like, man, relax. I hate the pricing and some corporate nonsense from Nintendo. But then again, One, I still like the Nintendo, so I still want it. I want the Switch. But most importantly, it made my wife happy. And one, if you're a husband, you know exactly the value of that. So at this point, that's based. I don't know what to tell you. My wife is downstairs enjoying her little Nintendo thing. And it's great. It's great. She's been putting quite a few hours in it. She loves it. She's all smiles. So yeah, I got a Switch too, and that's great. Plus, again, it's a write-off. It is a write-off because I made videos. I already made the videos, by the way. Happy wife, happy life. He knows. Oh, I do know. Been married for 3 years now, and it's going great. Yeah. So what can I tell you? It's one of those things. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 Let me check the super chats. I don't want to be disrespectful to people that you know. And now that we were talking about hard worked money, I always am very grateful. So let me see. Let's read from the last upward. So that Ray say the dumb that said print money. Well, see, I'm not gonna insult him. He probably doesn't know. Just ask Venezuela if that was a good idea. Yeah, he probably is not into international economics, and I do understand why it's annoying to pay taxes. So I'm not gonna call him names, but yeah, it's wrong. The idea of doing that. Plasma Mexican. Okay, I think I read that. Yes. Next. Let me see. Da-da-da-da. Oh gosh. Lakeside. What do you call heavenly pasta? Answer, angel hair. Yeah, I mean, sure. Sure, angel hair. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do we even call it spaghetti capelli d'angelo? Maybe we do in Italy. I don't actually know. I don't actually know. Alberto says, please remember that the media always promotes the most dramatic images. True, they can get to views and clicks. Yes, the images you're seeing are not necessarily representative of the protest as a whole. No, I agree. That I actually did say that at the beginning, but thank you for specializing, for underlining that. I agree. At the beginning, I did say probably this is still a smaller percentage of the overall protests, and a lot of protests were indeed just legal and peaceful. But they were not all peaceful, and so these are the ones that need to be addressed because they're still real. So these need to be addressed with strength and resolution and with the enforcement of the law. But you're right, yeah, this is probably the worst. We are looking at the worst of what has happened, but it's still enough to cause concern. It still is enough to cause concern, but thank you for underlining that. 100 years from now, someone will read this message. What's up, future person? Hope you're doing good and all is well. Absolutely, little legs. Totally. There we go. That's your chance for the future. So I think I read all the super chats, but I'm going to do a swipe very quickly. So we discussed that. Yeah, I think I'm just almost there, yeah. Thank you for the generosity, by the way, guys. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, man, I wish I could show these on the channel, but I can't. Unfortunately. I believe I read everything, yes. Oh, there we go. Hassan Piker should be henceforth known as a... Oh my gosh, can't even read that, but sure. He was there, by the way. He was, of course he was. He was there with the protests, obviously. Illegal immigration is a crime. Law must be applied to everyone, not just citizens. Yes, illegal aliens are not above the law. I agree. It is one thing I wouldn't do, though, is I understand that technically, and I agree with you, by the way. Yes, illegal immigration is a crime. Still, calling them all these criminals, I think, is a little dehumanizing. So I personally don't like that way of addressing. But you're right, and they are illegal. And so that needs to be addressed by the rule of law. Because it's not like, well, the rules apply to me, but they don't apply to someone else. At this point, I'm going to ask why. And I want to see any tolerant person who's going to tell me why that's the right thing, that is just, that someone else comes in and does none of the sacrifices that I made to come in legally. At this point, I would be encouraged to not do it. You know how that's why it doesn't work. That's why it doesn't work, unfortunately. Yeah. And I think, yeah, I think I read everything. If someone noticed that I skipped a super chat, do let me know, because I don't want to be disrespectful. Evil Black, thank you for the support. The government cannot print money at all. Yeah, they borrow it from the Federal Reserve. Yeah, Reserve. Don't let the name fool you, not government. JFK tried to let the Treasury print money without borrowing it and was shortly at it. So you think that that's the reason? Yeah, I don't know if that's the reason why Kennedy was shot. Probably was more than that. But yeah, no, I understand. Thank you for specification. Yeah. Small government, small taxes. Sure. Yeah, no, I like the idea of small government, by the way. I do. That's one of the areas of agreement that I have with the right wing here in America. I That and freedom of speech are some of the things that I don't agree with everything. And economically, believe it or not, I actually tend to lean left on some issues. Like I like the idea of universal healthcare, for instance. So I guess that makes me left of center when it comes to the economic aspect. But when it comes to this, I agree with the right wingers. Small government, yes, there are a lot of situations where it's none of the government's business to interfere in some aspects of people's independence and freedom. And when it comes to that, I agree with the right. So that's why it's just one of the things. Yeah. Thank you, Tombstone. Sorry. Point was the person was charged as a crime against the religion, blasphemy. Oh, not for the crime of burning the book, arson in the UK. Okay, well then they have to have this crime for every single religion. Otherwise, so we'll have to double check and see that that's the case. Because if they are only doing it with Islam, but they're not extending the same protection to the Christians and the Buddhists, then I'm going to have a problem with it. Not that I live there, but it would be an ulterior incentive to not go and live there. Yeah. So that's crazy. China allows no immigration. It's a Han Chinese supremacy ethno state. No, no, no. Some immigration is allowed. Like if you're a student, I know a lot of fellow students because I'm what used to be called an Orientalist, even though that word in English is frowned upon, but in Italian it's not. Just like it's not in Spanish and it's not in French. Just to tell you this perspective, people got mad with me in the comments when I said many years ago I said I'm an Orientalist. Said like, oh, how dare you use that offensive word? And I'm like, Orientale in my language is not offensive in any way, shape, or form. It just means from the Far East. Usually you mean like China, Korea, Japan, that area. And if anything, it actually sounds exotic. But I guess in English, in the English-speaking world, the word Oriental has become negative. But regardless, due to the fact that that's my area of expertise, that's what I did, a lot of people moved. You say they changed? Well, I don't know. Do they still? I'm sure they still allow students. I mean, there is a gemellaggio. There is like a sister university between the one in Naples and a university in China. There are a lot of like teachers from Beijing that go to Naples and vice versa. So I don't know, man. I think there still is some immigration in China. I don't think they block everyone. But then again, I don't know. You tell me. If it's a different scenario right now and I'm not aware of it, then I'll learn from you. That's not a problem. You say China is better than the USA, but then why don't you move to China? If you like it. And I love Chinese history, by the way. I mean, I speak the freaking language. So I'm not like someone else that, but I prefer living in the US where I have freedom. Because in China, if something happens and you don't like it, I don't know how much freedom of speech to say it do you actually have, not to mention. I would have to not hide necessarily, but I would have to be careful how I am about the fact that I'm a Christian in public. So yeah, no, I couldn't live in China. I love Chinese people, like the regular people. I don't like their government though. So yeah. The USA is a country of immigrants. Yeah, that's kind of a silly thing to say because once again, it's it's a different situation, man, and you know it, and I know why you're saying it because you want me to respond in a certain manner so you can clip it. So I'm not gonna fall for it. I'll just stop and say it's different, and I'll leave it at that because I'm not gonna let you bait me into what I know what you're doing. I know exactly what you're doing. Hey, Metatron, you Muppet, respect to you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Cantonese. Yeah, I mean, the Cantonese language is pretty cool. I don't speak it though, unfortunately. Yeah, yeah, but then again, taxes are better here in the US than they are back in Italy. I can tell you that much. In Italy, I couldn't write off anything. Here, I get to write off a lot, so I'm not gonna complain. Yeah, I would like the taxes to go a little lower. In fact, if anything, if you guys can do something about it, if anyone watching here, I'm pro lowering the taxes, please. Um, but it's still better than back home. Of course, I think there are countries where taxes are even lower. But then again, I'm not a tax expert. I pay a tax expert. That's what I do. Every year I go to the tax expert, I pay them, and they take care of the taxes. Can you please put one of your helmets on? Pretty please. Ooh, I don't know if I want to put a helmet on right now. Maybe towards the end of the stream. I don't want to mess my hair. Yeah, exactly. There is it's a different word. So David says, thank you for the support, by the way. The biggest scam in life, paying taxes on the money you make, paying taxes on the money you spend, and paying taxes on things you own. Well, yeah, that you already paid taxes on with already taxed money. I agree. I mean, think about it. People that give me donations on Patreon, for example. And by the way, since we are talking about it, I'm going to give myself a shameless plug. But I want to say Patreon is kind of funny because people give me these donations, right? And then on Patreon, because they want to support the stream, and I thank you very much. But that money has already been taxed. But as it comes to me, it gets taxed again. So I'm like, why is it getting taxed twice? But then again, you know what's even crazier than that? The taxation on inheritance. I had to pay taxes on my mother's inheritance. Not that it was that much, but I still had to pay taxes on it. And I'm like, why? It was her money, was already taxed. Why does it need to get taxed again to go to her son? It's weird, but it's just one of those situations. Anyways, thank you very much. This is my Patreon page. I have 200 posts. Many of those are videos, and we have already 1,000 members. And there are a few memberships. I had my friend. This is no AI. I had a friend draw these for me, and I paid him well for the little knights to represent the different levels. We've got different tiers. We've got nice posts and videos and updates, and sometimes videos earlier on. I don't post very often, but I do post. And so if you're considering, if you like Patreon, then it's an option. Thank you very much. I'm just gonna put it here, just in case you want to check it out. The Patreon page, very much appreciated, guys. Thank you so much. So it's only offensive to insane people. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's, again, I'm not a native English speaker, so I can't really say. To me, it doesn't sound offensive to say Oriental, but I don't know. Some people say it's offensive. I ain't got a clue. I don't know. Donations are taxed. Yeah, normally. So yeah. So Goatee, if you literally send me money through PayPal, then that's a direct donation and it doesn't get taxed. But if you use any platform, then it does get taxed. It's just how it is. Anything gets taxed. It's just the situation is how it is. The good thing with my Patreon page, though, is because I'm one of the pioneers, meaning that I'm one of the first who actually, when the site had just begun and I immediately created, then their cut that Patreon takes is extremely small. If you were to open a Patreon page now, they would take much more. Cuts. No tax on tips. I heard of that, and I heard that has to do also with YouTube Super Chats. If it's true, that's great. I wish I could meet a Native American. It would be so cool. Also because guys tend to have long hair. I'm like, hey, I can do that. Yeah, how are you enjoying your first American riot? Well, it's not where I'm at, so at the end of the day, it's not really affecting me. But it annoys me because of the empathy that I have for the people's stuff and businesses and cars and that are getting destroyed and for what. That's the part that I don't like. So yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Jonathan, thank you for the support. American is complex, just like everywhere. Yeah, at a nation we have had open immigration, but that was before welfare. After that, we don't, and that's for a good reason. Yeah, no, you can't have complete unregulated open immigration. You have to have immigration immigration with some laws, with a good system, and I wouldn't be against funding for better immigration and support, but it still needs to be legal. It still needs to be legal, absolutely. Tombstone, no evidence yet that it will go to other religions. That's insane. If they do that, I'll make a video, guys. If they really do that, I'll make a video. Not that it's gonna do anything, but I'm gonna just have to do it out of frustration, because at that point, if it's true, it's a massive if. I need data. But if it's true that in the UK they're gonna have anti-Islam, like anti-Islamophobic, Islamophobe speech, hate speech laws, and they don't do it for Christianity and Buddhism and Hinduism, next step, it's gonna turn into a caliphate at that point. But then again, maybe it's not true that it's happening. And so, before I speak, I want to see, right? I don't want to create fear mongering for no reason. But I am telling you that if it is the case that happens, like, you can't criticize Islam or you end up in prison, but you can say whatever you want against Christianity, then I'm like, okay, caliphate. You know what I mean? And I think that if you're, again, I know sometimes I do see people in the comments that tell me, hey, I'm a Muslim, and they watch the videos and it's more of an open-minded person, because, like, guys, there isn't just one Islam, by the way. There are lots of different, like in Christianity, you can have a Baptist, you can have a Catholic, you can have an Orthodox. It's the same with Muslim. And in fact, if you go to Saudi Arabia, you'll notice that, like, women have their face covered completely, the head covered and all that. They're very strict. But if you go to Tunisia, they are a lot different. Like, their faces are usually exposed. Like, it's there are different levels. So if you're one of those that you're Muslim right now, you're watching, but you are open-minded, I'm sure you'll see where I'm coming from, because you just have to flip it. Can you imagine if, like, in your country, at one point, you cannot criticize Christianity in any way, shape, or form? Don't you dare say anything against Jesus, but people can say whatever they want against what you believe in. Would you think that that's correct? If you're being honest, you're gonna say no, that's wrong. Exactly. And so if they do that on that side, then I think if you're a reasonable person, you'll agree that it would be unjust at that point. And yeah. Hi, Talmer. So good to have you here. Thank you so much. By the way, I wanted to check the streams. How's the stream doing in terms of connection? Looking good. Looking good. That's great. All right, so I need to go get a drink, so I'm going to leave you a new drink. I'm going to leave you with the chair for a second, and I'll be right back. Of course, if there are super chats, I'll come back for them, so don't worry about, like, oh, I processed the super chat, but he wasn't here. I'll still read it. Don't worry about it. I'll be right back. Thank you.
Chat. Hi, chat. Hello. Uh-oh. Hi, Chad. Hello. I have, what's the word? Taken over the stream today. Hello. How are you doing? Hi, everybody. Baron Kanzay. Hello, everybody. Hello, Twitch as well. Hijacked. I know. Is this legal? I don't know. Howdy. Hello. How is everybody? Freedom Fallout. Hello. Dream Heart Cat. Oh, convince him to draw eyes on his chair. That'd be so fun. That'd be so fun. Spatula Crit. Hello. Let's see. Aloha Boy. Oh, we didn't go to Olive Garden yet, but thank you. I don't know if the person is in here that donated to the Olive Garden Fund. Thank you very much. But we haven't gone yet. We are going to plan to go soon. Prank him. I would love to. I don't know what to prank him with. Thank you. Someone said, Miss Metatron's hot. Thank you. I appreciate it. I just ate. I really hope I don't have food in my teeth. Watch me over here talking to you with like a big piece of chicken in my mouth. You know what? He does wear his hair in a man bun sometimes. But I like it when he wears it in a man bun. He just prefers it down when he's on live. Oh, he's a good looking guy. Hello.
He's a good looking guy. Look at
Oh,
this.
look at the baby boy. Okay, let's see. Hello, puppy. Dreamer Heart and Dream Heart Cat. Yeah, puppy. Doggo. Yes, Andy. Doggo. We have two. We have two doggos. Doggo is camera shy. You know, he's actually not like super shy. He is just, he stops. The second you pick him up, he is just like, I'm asleep.
Yeah.
He's like running around doing circles and flips and stuff. And then you pick
Yeah.
him up, he's asleep. I don't know what it is. He left for a while and came back to see Metatron turned into a lady. Yep. Here I am. Welcome, noble ones.
Welcome, noble ones.
Metapup. Yes. We actually did get a donation. Little Legs, thank you so much for the support. We really appreciate. Is that, am I saying that
appreciate.
right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
It's like,
Appreciate.
have you ever said a word so many times, even in Italian? Have you ever said a word so many times it doesn't even sound like a word anymore?
Yeah.
The dogs have accents. You know what's funny? I heard somewhere, I don't know how true this is, but I heard somewhere that cows moo depending on where they're from, like differently. Like their moos sound different depending on where they're from. I don't know if that's true or not.
We'll have to double check it.
When are you going to Olive Garden? No idea. We are going to be going though because I know he wants to do a video on it.
Yeah.
Metatron says have been gender swap. Yup. Moo versus moo.
Yeah.
And let's see. Oh, John, that's nice. Let's see. I know it. Siberian pigs say grok, not oink. Interesting. No, I know in like other languages, you guys have
Different words.
different
to
words
represent,
like
yeah.
animals. So like in America, thank you, Jason, for the support. Really appreciate that. Thank you for the donation. What am I saying?
The people,
Yeah.
different languages have different
Like
words.
like in like monkeys or like hee hee ooh ah or whatever. And then and then we have like, what is it? Give me an animal.
Oh, the cat, the
Meow.
dog.
Meow.
Yeah.
And then we have like woof. And then what do y'all say?
We say bow.
Bow.
In Italian, it's bow and meow.
Meow. Meow.
Yeah. And then the frog, you say ribbit.
Ribbit.
We say kra. With a rolled R.
Kra. But like, what does that like when you hear a frog go?
Yeah.
"Roo."
Yeah, I think it does sound a bit like ribbit, actually.
Kra. I
Yeah,
like
but
I like that one.
Kra, I don't know
Kra.
why. It's
Saint
kra.
Sir Nicholas, hello.
I'll read the super chats, by the way. Don't worry about it.
Dan
I
the
will read
Jedi.
them.
What does the fox say? You know, we're taking it old
Fox
school.
Scream like maniacs.
But do you remember the song? Like a long time ago.
Yeah.
What does the fox say?
I see.
That
yeah,
one?
Yeah.
Ring ding ding ding. Oh my god, no, I can't. But no, foxes just like bark. We actually have a fox.
Or scream.
Or scream. Oh yeah, some foxes
Scream like
sound like
women.
yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
Oh, and Thai chickens go eek eek eek. Oh, that's
Oh, that's
adorable. I
funny.
love it. That was a dark time. You're right. I agree. No, we don't have a fox. No, Dan the Jedi. We don't have a fox literally in our house. I was gonna say we have one roaming around the neighborhood.
Oh wow, look
So
at
we always have to. Oh,
this. Look at this.
oh no.
Wait.
So we have to be really careful when we let the dogs outside. That song was everywhere, Titan Bro. I know. It was literally like, oh yeah, in Japanese, meow is nyan. Like, think of nyan cat.
Lady Jennifer wants to know your first name.
Lady Jennifer.
Wants to know your first name.
Where are you? Oh, there you are. So I go by Kinsey. That is my my name. But my first name is Mackenzie. But no one calls me Mackenzie except my mom.
Yeah, your mom does.
You are the fox.
Yeah, he's the fox.
No, you.
Oh, I'm the fox?
You're the fox.
Wow, I'm the fox.
Hee. How long have we been married? So we've been married for 3 years. We got married in 2022. No, don't call me Mac. I hate it. I hate Mac. I would rather you call me Mackenzie than call me Mac.
Yeah. Because that makes you an Apple product.
Yeah, I guess. What was I saying?
I don't know. But he's a fox.
Someone asked. Oh wait, someone had a Lord of the Rings question. Do you prefer Saruman or Radagast? I mean, probably Radagast. I like Radagast. He's really fun, and he smokes a lot of pipe weed. So, Mackenzie, yeah, is your ninja name. Woo. Oh, how long have we been married? 3 years, and then we've been together since 2019.
Yeah.
Just in general. Isn't Metatron holding a tiny fox? Pretty much. I mean, like, Winston really looks like a tiny fox. I don't know what it is. I feel like we got so lucky with Winston. Okay, listen. His name is Winston. Like, Winston Churchill is what my dad always likes to say. But no, his name is Winston. But I just call him Winton. Winton.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
He loses some words, some letters.
He just loses part of his name. Anyways. Oh, it's a very polished name, yes. I feel like we got very lucky with Winton because there are some Pomeranians. I think all Pomeranians are very cute. But there are some that you've probably seen them. They're like really big and they're just like on the bigger side. I don't know. Maybe it's just like, he could be the runt for all I know. I don't know. But he's so little and his face is like the smallest thing ever. And I think it's adorable. He's so cute.
Yeah. Very good Winston, very good boy.
Who's a better cook? I think we both cook really well.
It depends. If it's pasta, I'm the king.
Yeah,
but
for
she
sure.
makes a lot of good stuff too, so it depends on the dish.
Volpe
Sì.
e lupo.
Sì.
Sì.
Sì, volpe. Volpino. We actually do in Italian.
Yeah, he's a Pomeranian.
In Italian, Pomeranian is Volpino. That's what we call them. Volpino di Pomerania, I think.
Volpino, he's a good boy. Yes, he is.
Fox, yeah.
Oh, stupid ads. I'm sorry, Lady Jennifer, but thank you for sticking through the ads. I really we appreciate it because,
Thank you.
but I know they're so annoying, but thank you so much. You aren't camera shy. No, I've really never been camera shy, even as a kid. Like, I've just never been like, growing up, especially, like during Christmas and stuff. If you're a 90s kid, you might know this. During Christmas and stuff, my dad would whip out the giant camcorder, like the big one, and put on his shoulder. And then I'd be over there, like, open presents and being like, "Hi, Daddy!" when I'm like 4. So, okay, I feel like I'm taking up way too much of your... Oh my God, 66 people on Twitch. Thank you.
Thank you.
Radagast was a failure. I didn't know that, actually. I didn't know that Tolkien considered Radagast to be a failure. Yeah, they got smaller in the late 90s, though, for sure. Yeah. I'm a 90s baby, so is Gigi for me. 90s babies unite. I swear, I love the 90s.
Yeah,
I
me
love
too.
the 90s so much. I miss the 90s.
Ooh, tomorrow I'm getting something. Tomorrow I'm getting something that has to do with the 90s.
I'm not going to say anything, but like...
Yeah.
Megadeth is a really good band. I actually
sure.
have not heard very much of Megadeth's music, unfortunately. I've heard more Metallica than Megadeth, but I have been watching videos on YouTube of the drummer of Megadeth actually, like, like do cover, like a drum cover of like really popular songs, and he seems so nice. Like he seems so genuinely like nice and humble. So I like the drummer of Megadeth, but I don't know. Iron Maiden, yeah, that's a big one. Metallica, I do like Metallica, and I like Black Sabbath. So
I need to try Stratovarius. They're a really good one.
yeah, Black Sabbath is really good. I like Sabbath. And I said I feel like camera shy people are doing. Oh. Yeah, I totally understand what you mean. Like people that, and I understand why you wouldn't want to like have pictures and stuff. Some people aren't just into it, but I get it. Like now you don't have like pictures of like your loved ones and stuff. I understand how that could be difficult. Can I allow this?
Yes, yeah, sure.
Thank you, Anubis. Thank you. So that's really sweet. Thank you so much.
And everyone who has done a super chat, once I sit down, I'll read them all.
Little
So
Legs,
don't worry
thank you
about it.
again for the donation. Can you make Metatron's hair as nice as yours? Well, I think he has really nice hair. I think he has great hair. Anyways, you guys, I'm gonna go because I've been here for like half an hour and I feel like you guys are sick of me. Prepared to be sick of me. Anyways,
I'm giving you a good boy.
come here, babies.
I'm giving you a good boy.
This is what he does. He doesn't. He can smell the food that I've eaten.
Wow.
He just does this. This is what he wants to do. Like he. Oh yes,
Just wants
hello.
to be held, yeah.
Come here, buddy. Okay. Okie dokie. There you go. Thank you. Oh, they're such a good babies.
Let's see.
All right, I'm gonna put you down. Okay. Well, here we go. I'm gonna put you down. Ow. Bye, chat. Bye, everybody. Have a good night. Okay, I'm gonna pull my pants down. Okay.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.
I'm sorry.
Ciao, ciao, ciao. Hey, I'm back. I'm back. Hello.
Gender swap again.
We're gonna have to. I think I'm
Do you
gonna
need the
switch
cheese
to
in
another.
your fridge?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
Do you need anything?
No, I'm good. I'm
hug?
good. No, I'm good. But I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna change the topic in a little bit, but I need to read the super chats first. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go top right again. But let me put a different.
Yeah, thank you so much for all the super chats, you guys.
Absolutely, really
I really
appreciate
appreciate it.
it.
Oh, Baron super chatted. Hello, Baron.
Yeah, 1 second. I need to put myself top right.
It's
There we
always really
go.
nice seeing you. I always get excited when I see Baron.
Yeah. All right, so we got a few super chats. I'm gonna start here. Can you make Metatron's hair as nice as yours? What are you talking about? My hair is good.
Really good hair.
Jason, Elon Musk is an illegal immigrant to Canada before entering US or deported to South Africa. No, because I don't know about the history of Elon Musk, to be honest, but I know he's legal here now, so no. Next, Jason, Elon Musk, same thing. You did it twice, but thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Little Legs, not all of the immigrants should be kicked out. Obviously, yeah, we said that. Some of them were tricked or human tricked into coming here. We shouldn't tolerate criminals. Though, yeah,
Maybe,
sure.
do you think
I
they
agree.
mean human?
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
don't want to. I'm
no,
purposely not
okay.
going there, so yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, gotcha.
Baron, thank you so much. Raf, you know me. I'm a Native American, you muppet. Yeah, he does have some Native American in him. Yeah, it's pretty
Really?
cool.
That's
yeah,
cool.
That's very cool, actually. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me of that, and we need to play something together one of these days. Jonathan, yeah, I did read this. American is complex, just like everywhere in our nation. We had an open immigration. Yeah, I did read this. So I think I am up to date with all the super chats. I mean, look at this.
And for oh my goodness,
know,
you
it's been
guys
very
have
good
been
tonight.
crazy.
Thank you so
anyone
much.
that became members, thank you. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. If anyone became members, thank you so much. If anyone became members, thank you.
Yeah, no, I
so
appreciate
much.
that. Thank you for becoming members. And Dreamheart is saying cheese on.
Jeez. Oh my god.
Yeah, cheese. Yeah, auto mod sometimes happens there on Twitch.
Oh, that's
Unfortunately.
okay. Oh,
Yeah. 1 second.
Is that one okay too? That one's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Awe atque vale Metamatron and Dogo. Yeah, sure. Let's
Oh,
see.
hey, do you want your dinner?
What's my dinner tonight?
So,
Ooh,
I
what's my
made-
dinner tonight? And then I need to tell you what's happening tomorrow.
I made. Oh my
But no,
god,
first,
you guys are not
yeah.
ready for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what's the
Okay,
dinner?
okay. So I made chicken,
Yeah.
like oven roasted chicken
Right.
with, and I put Dijon like
Mustard.
kind of like honey mustard, like Dijon mustard on it.
Nice.
And then it's like a mix of like crispy onions and like Monterey Jack cheese. You do that, and then you kind of push it into the chicken, and then you bake it. And then it's green beans, like the long green beans,
Right. Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
and mashed potatoes.
Well, that sounds great, but I'll wait until after the stream.
Okay. All
But
right, I'm
thank
gonna
you.
go. I
Thank
keep
you.
telling you I'm gonna go.
No, you can stay if you want. Thank you, Bricks, and Figs for becoming a member of the
Thank you
channel.
so
Very much
much.
appreciated. Cheese, please, says Kristen.
Cheese. Well,
Cheese, please.
if you want a cheese, do you want it or no?
No, I
It's-
don't. I'm
okay.
good. I'm good.
Okay. Bye, chat. Bye,
Thank
chat.
you,
For the
thank
last
you.
time, I'm gonna leave. I swear. Okay. Bye. Bye.
Bye. So I was telling you that tomorrow is actually going to be a big deal because my actual birthday present is gonna be delivered, and what I actually got and what she also got me for a present, what she got me for a present, I should say, is basically it's a computer from the 90s. It's gonna be incredible. In fact, maybe I can show you. I mean, I'll make a whole video about it, but yeah. Tomorrow, it's going to be great. I'm so going to look forward to it. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, you know what? Maybe. Let me see. It's not an Amiga. No, Amiga's from the 80s. I already have an Amiga. No, this is a Pentium computer from the 90s, and it's going to have Doom installed, Wolfenstein 3D, Warcraft 2. Like, I'm going to fill it to the brim, but it's a very nice setup. And it's arriving tomorrow, and I'm really excited. I'm going to show you a picture. I just have to make sure that because it's eBay, so I don't want to show addresses and stuff. But I think, yeah, there we go. I found it. There we go. All right, so it's going to be. Can you turn? Thank you. Phone. Could you turn if you don't mind? There we go. So let me see if I can show you. Yeah, we go. So this is it. 1 second. This is the new setup, and it's gonna be delivered tomorrow. It's got a CD-ROM. It's all beige. Like the 90s were beige. And as I say, it's gonna be filled with old school games, and I'm so excited. I am so excited for this. In fact, if there is any game from the 90s that you think I shouldn't miss out on, just let me know. Let me know, guys, because this is gonna be beautiful, and it's been refurbished. And I love the looks of beige from the time. And I've already got a few stuff, like the actual seller. They installed a few games. Yeah, and they installed Diablo 1. Diablo 2 would be nice, absolutely, totally. And man, those days, I'm so excited because I already got the 80s covered. When it comes to the 80s, I've got, as one of you was mentioning, the Amiga Red Alert. My gosh, Command and Conquer, yes. So I already have Amiga 500 here, and then right next to it I have an IBM 5150 from 1981, and then I have a Commodore 64 from 82, and then I have a VIC-20 from 1980. I can't go, eventually I'll get a Commodore PET, so we enter the 70s, but right now I don't have anything from the 70s. But I also didn't have anything from the 90s. So I'm really, really looking forward to have this set up. And it's going to be great to play the games. Does it have floppy? Yes, it does have floppy as well, but it also has CD-ROM. I think it's one of the two that have both. But even if it didn't have floppies, I wouldn't care because I already have systems. Amigas for flashback period. I do have flashback. I have original. Let me show you one thing. I did show it the other day during the live stream, but I don't know if you were here. So I'm going to show you something. There we go. One moment, please. There you go. And what I was going to show you is this. I think I showed it the other day, but you may have not been here. So this is right next to me, by the way. So like I'm looking at the camera now. If we go right, there is a wall on my other monitor. If we go left, there is this. So this is the Amiga 500 right here. This is the IBM computer. This is a terminal with an amber monochrome display. Right next to it, you've got this CRT where the Commodore 64 is connected. And so basically, I'm going to put right next to this one, in this space, I'm going to put this new 90s set. And I'm really, really excited for it because Yeah, I'll play it, and then I have the whole console section. I think I've got a few pictures of that. This is the Sega Mega Drive Genesis section. Man, I am, yeah, you're like, but you are the history guy. Yeah, this is history. This is me playing Lemmings 2, the tribes, with the tank mouse. Yeah, so, but then behind me, I've got all the medieval helmets, so it's kind of a bit of a mix. Also 1987 rules when it comes to Ninja Turtles, guys. I don't even care. But yeah, here's both of them turned on. So basically, on the left, we'll have the 90s setup. And I'm really excited for it because I love this kind of stuff. It's mostly because of nostalgia, of course. But it's also the fact that, you know, you remember the kind of stuff that you had back in the day when you were a king, when you were a king, ladies and gentlemen. Free expansion on Riots 3 called Horn of the Abyss. I heard of it. It's on GOG. I'll have to look for it. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Totally. Yeah, it's a 5150, exactly, with a 5151 monochrome monitor. Yeah, you recognized it. That's correct. Thank you, Blue Eyed Devil, and also Devil. And again, thank you for becoming a member. Thanks, Metatron. Good night. Absolutely good night to you. And thanks for being here. Appreciate that. I don't have a pager, no. Happy pre-birthday. It's post-birthday. It's just that the birthday was on the 4th. Still thank you. But the computer took me a little time. It needed to be delivered. I'm actually paying for someone to go and drive it to me because that's how I treat CRTs. So I pay a driver. I'm giving him $250 and he is going to just drive it to me directly, and then it will be placed where it needs to be placed because I don't trust anything. I don't trust USPS. I don't trust UPS. I don't trust ground, whatever you want. I don't trust any of them with CRTs. I trust them with anything else, not CRTs. So, you know, I don't want something that has survived 30 years longer than that, in fact, to then be, dude, that's awesome, thank you, and then get destroyed, you know what I mean? So it's just one of those things. If you're going to respond to all videos responding to yours, start with mine. I didn't know you had a video. What video is it? What is it about, Veronica? I'll definitely look into it. I do go in order of priority, and usually that priority has to do with, you know, what the topic is, but mostly also the range of those channels. So if there's a bigger channel, I usually respond to them first because it means that they already have a certain range, but I do respond to people who have smaller channels as well. It doesn't matter. It's the same basically rule or policy that I use when it comes to collaborations. I will collaborate with someone whether they have 50 subscribers or whether they have a million. Of course, I'm not gonna be dishonest, and obviously collaborating with someone who has millions of subscribers would be more beneficial for me. But if your idea and project is good, then I'm not gonna be like, oh, how many subscribers do you have? I hate people like that. They piss me off. So yeah, I'm not like that. I'm not like that. 486, I remember the 486. Maybe next, after the pet, after the Commodore pet, maybe we could do that. Yeah. Oh, I see. It's about the political science, the videos on political science. I don't know why I removed that. Cool. Yeah, I'll check it out. I will check it out. Whether I respond or not, it depends. I don't make promises, but I will definitely watch it. And then if I think it's, you know, it's possible, I'll do it. Absolutely. I do have a stunning wife, I agree. That's why I married her, one of the reasons. Do you think James Lindsay has mischaracterized Gnosticism? At this point, I don't know. I would have to actually see what his claims are. I don't have them right there for me, so... Your first computer was a Tandy 1000. Man, I'm not aware of that one. I'm not aware of that one. I picked up an old Sony Triniton, man. I've been looking for one. You got it off the street? Oh, that's insane, man. I would pay good dollar for a Sony Triniton, I'll tell you that much. That's one CRT that I would love to have in good conditions, of course. It's already tomorrow. And Chani, happy birthday. Thank you very much. So let me see. Is it horse, sky, and like horse, heavens, and dragon? If it is, then it would be Ma Tianlong. But you'll have to tell me because I don't see the characters, so I don't know. I'm just guessing. 谢谢你。Yeah. I am getting citizenship actually. I've already got the government has already given me permission. I got a letter from the government, immigration specifically, and they told me I can begin immigration procedure, not immigration, I've already gone through that, citizenship procedures. So that's happening. Are you a gamer too? Absolutely, I'm a gamer. I mean, look at this. This is uh, this is my gaming channel right here, Metatron's Protectorate, where I post all sorts of videos about games, and I play like a maniac. So there is that. There is that. It's a little bit of a side project, okay? So it's not. It's like I don't. I'm not as strategic about it. I just try to have fun with it. But I do enjoy. If anyone wants to check it out, Metatron's Protected. I scream a lot when it comes to the horror games, but with class. And then I do collabs with the wife as well on the channel. It's fun. And my best video, if you're like, yeah, but give me your best video, then it's this one. What you thought you knew about Luigi is wrong. I think this is my best video on the platform. Not the most successful, unfortunately, but it is my best video on the platform. So yeah, that this was a good one too. This one went actually pretty well. I was trying to show. I showed my wife the Amiga 500, and she had to figure it out. But she wasn't brought up with it because she's too young for the Amiga 500, and so it was kind of funny to see. She did a good job though. She figured it out. She managed to start a game. It's not that difficult, is it? But it was still impressive that she did that. So yeah, that's the gaming channel, my friends. That's the gaming channel. Man, look at International Karate Plus. If you know, you know. If you know, you know, my friends. F-Zero, yeah, I still play it. You can play it on the Switch. They did F-Zero 99. It's really good. You can play it against other people, and it looks the same, almost. And you can also play classic mode if you really want to play it like that. Metatron, where I'm a man bun. I do, sometimes. I do that. It's, yeah, I don't see anything wrong with it. It's particularly when I eat, I never have my hair down when I eat because then it gets in my food. I don't like that. So whenever I eat, I put my hair up one way or another. Either I do a samurai thing. Yeah. And then when I go to sleep, sometimes I braid it because it's kind of out of the way. Why are we talking about my hair, by the way? Yeah, Int Karate Plus, you remember that? Yeah, it was good. I have longer hair than my wife, by the way. If you were asking that question, although she's not here anymore right now. But yeah, my hair is longer. Her hair reaches, it's pretty long too. Her hair reaches her um, almost at a little like a rib cage. My hair is almost at the waist. So yeah, I just eat with my hair. Oh no. Yeah, it's a bun, exactly. Nothing wrong with it. Why do you have American citizenship? I live in America and I married an American woman and I pay my taxes in America. I've got a green card. I'm a legal alien. I am an alien though. This is my admission, guys. Right here. I'm an alien.
I am an alien. Bow down to your reptilian overlords. And the Greys.
And the Greys, guys. And then if you want, you can become a citizen, and I do want to become a citizen. Why not? At the end of the day, that's why I chose to be exactly Chips. That's why I always say, but Metro, you say you're Italian. Yeah, Italian, alien. I mean, how more obvious do I have to make it for you guys? Literally, is it that it's not Da Vinci stuff? I made it easy to realize. Of course, I'm an alien. I'm from Orion. Goodness gracious. Seriously.
We are from Orion. We will take control of this planet, humans.
And there we go. It's alien. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that's the situation. That's the situation. Yeah. Careful, Don. I could block you. You know what? We're gonna do this. We're gonna put user in a timeout. Let's give him a minute. Now give him 5 minutes timeout. So it's great. Timeout. Timeout. Play Masters of Orion. That could be a good one. That could be a good one. Yeah. I also have the angel voice. Did you ever hear the angel voice? I've got a lot of stuff, guys. I'm a professional. I am the Metatron. I've got a few for you guys. I've got a few. In fact, I'm gonna have to say, guys, you've been very nice with the super chats tonight. I really appreciate that. So we need to do a little fireworks effect for all the super chats and the yo, I need to do a Be Not Afraid. I'll do it. I'll do the Be Not Afraid in a second. Absolutely. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you because you guys have been amazing tonight. Very successful stream. Thank you very much for that. Really appreciate. Konami has a showcase this Thursday. We'll be checking them out. I didn't know that, Titan Bro. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you, thank you. All hail to the new reptilian overlord, speaking like a true Oblivion player. Yeah, I have upgraded the streaming setup. I've got a lot of... You have no idea. I spent so much time with these effects, and it's like for no reason. Like, for instance, one of my favorite is this one. Wow! Super chats! Wow! This is one of my favorite. I always forget to use it, but there it is. I've got, if I'm gonna play, I even found one for when I will do a playthrough of Cyberpunk, and then I'll do this. I'll get this special effect on the top right. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Yes, this is a Blue Yeti, the microphone. And then, yeah, no, I honestly spent more time than I care to admit with the special effects. Stuff like this. Yeah, we can add if I'm playing a Dark Souls and whenever I sit down at the embers, I can get the embers on screen. So yeah, no, I've got a good setup. Most of it I use for the gaming stuff, but I do use it here as well. So it's just one of those things, I suppose. Yeah. Can't stop laughing. You're good. The reptilians. Yeah, we already spoke about Frog. We already spoke about the riots and things for a while. So I honestly I think I said anything I wanted to say. You can always rewatch because the VOD stays up, and then there will be probably a super cut, but only if I don't get the yellow dollar sign, which I probably will. Just one of those things, I suppose. Find a static filter for Fallout. I think I have a few filters like that. Yeah, I've got, let me see, I've got a VHS filter, VCR bend without the effect. And then I've also got, I can turn myself into a monochrome display for if I'm playing like a really old game. So yeah, no, I've got the scan lines. I got a lot of stuff. I got a lot of stuff, guys. Seriously. Yeah. No more Egypt. I am enjoying my videos on Egypt. I actually have a couple more. I will space them out, though. I will space them out. Yeah. So, no, the special effects are good. Special effects are really good. Zahi Hawass is coming? Oh, no. It's in his book. Yeah. Yeah, I've been streaming for 2 hours exactly, yeah. I did start a little late. Because that's the Southern European me. But we're here, yeah. You look like me about 20 years ago. Really, Bonnie? Cool. You make pizza? That's great, Anna. I prefer that. I see Heroes 3. Have you tried the new free mod for good old games? Not yet, no. I'll have to get it. So what did you say it's called again? Because someone did mention it in chat. What's the name of that mod again? Metatron going to Italian restaurants and proving if they're authentic. Yeah, no, I'm gonna start doing that. I promised, because someone did a fund for Olive Garden, and so they super chatted for it, and so I'm like, okay, I'll go then. Horn of the Abyss, thank you. Yeah, no, I'll look for it absolutely, because I do have GOG, of course. So 100%. Yeah. I'm both. I'm both. I'm patriotic for both. Have I seen the film PI? No, not really. Well, I mean, in my left, you have control over your own channel. On my channel, I choose the topics I want to do. Besides, a deep dive into the actual historical and cultural aspects of Egypt. I do have one video coming up soon, but then again, it still has to do with the tomb of Seti the First. But then again, as I say, those videos take a long time to make. So in the meantime, I need to post other videos. If they annoy you, don't watch them. I mean, it's as simple as that. Just be selective. I never understand, and I'm not saying you're like this, but I never understand people that click a video from any creator, doesn't even have to be me, and then to leave the comment, I hate this kind of topics. Well, then don't click. Don't click. You have the ability, you have the power. You can go into any channel, even this one. You're like, oh no, I don't like horror. I don't want to watch this. But I do want to watch, I don't know, the Boba Tea, because I love Oblivion. I'll watch this and click. What's the point on going into Ghosts and Ghost, my playthrough, and say, I hate retro gaming. You shouldn't be making these. Why? What's the point? I would never do that to another creator. Like, I've never written comments like this. You have the ability to, you can suggest. I guess that's how I'm taking your comment. But I'm kind of extending it, because sometimes it is a little frustrating to see comments that people complain about whatever topic I chose to talk about. But it is my channel. So if I chose to talk about a topic, it means that I'm interested in it. And I understand if I were a channel that only posts once a month, you're like, oh, no, I don't like this. But I have 50 uploads a month, guys. 50. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. First time seeing Metatron in t-shirt, Italian confirmed. Yes, and this is Metallica Ride the Lightning t-shirt. Metallica Ride the Lightning, my friend. Yeah, some people are like that, Bonnie. They're like, yeah, and I think content creators always have to be careful not to let, and I'm not saying you would. I think you're great, guys. I mean, you've been so supportive. I really appreciate that. But sometimes I've seen creators that let parts of their audience, the more sort of angry sections and controlling, manipulative aspects of people in their audience, to control them. I've seen one that I'm not going to say the name, but he is literally having to write like, guys, I wanted to make this video, but I want to make sure you know that this is where I am, and these are my ideas, and I would never mean it in any other way. Like, come on. You can't let people control what you do. You speak your mind. If they don't like it, they don't click. But some people, and this very content creator, he's pretty famous, by the way. It's just that I don't want to say the name, so even if you guess it, I will not interact with that. But I'm just going to say, this creator, when I first started to tackle the discussion about ancient Greece and ancient Egypt and the ethnic correct representation of history, he immediately told me, oh, be careful, some people could be offended, don't do that. And I'm like, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. If that's how you want to run your channel, always being afraid and ready to bend the knee to the mob, you do it. And that's where he is right now, to be honest. That's what I see. I personally see the kind of videos he makes, and I'm like, man, you let them control you, and now you can't escape, because those are the people that are watching. And so if you upset them, they leave and you've got nothing left. No, that's not me. I will always say what I think. I'll post a video that I like. And if you have requests and I think, oh, that's a nice idea, I'll post it. I'll do it. But I will never let, like, the angry mob. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Yeah. That's true. Dr. J, sometimes YouTube does reward those kind of interactions. Kind of depends. I think I'm very lucky with you guys. You're great. I just have the occasional person who gets offended, but generally speaking, yeah. Exactly, Daniele Fabro. Control is an illusion. Totally. Yeah, exactly, Bonnie. You must be free to say what you want, and mostly, it still is called YouTube. So, for instance, even when I do these games in the gaming one, right? I choose games that I like. Now, yes, if I know there is one game that is very popular, I might play it because I know it might get views. But in general, if you see, a lot of these are games you may have not heard about, apart from this one or The Witcher here, whatever. But all of these games is like a game like, oh, that's fun, let me play it. Yeah, and occasionally we'll get people complaining and saying, "Oh, I don't like horror games. Play something else." And I'm like, "Watch something else, you muppet." At that point. Thank you, Gnana, for supporting the stream. May love you long time. Keep up the Nicomachean ethos for the global polis. I appreciate that. Thank you very much for sticking for so long. I appreciate your support. Thank you. I am an independent thinker. You can say that out loud. Absolutely, I'm an independent thinker. 100%. That does represent me well. How do you even find them? What, the games? I watch other people play. And so when I see, because I do spend quite a bit of time on YouTube, watching YouTube. And then sometimes I pull up gamers that play games. I'm like, ooh, that looks good. And so then I download it and I play it. So either on Steam, on GOG, on itch.io. No, I don't live in Sicily. I moved to the United States. I live in America. Oh no, it's I appreciate what everything gives. Not everyone has the same, and I'm happy if someone donates a single dollar. I will be very grateful for that. It doesn't matter the size of the donation. Big ones, of course, I am like, wow, you're so generous, totally. But any donation will always be appreciated on this channel. Yeah. Have I played any of the Romance of the Three Kingdom games? No, actually, no, I haven't. 8? Goodness gracious. How many did they make? Doing well, Corey. Thank you very much for being here. Lost Wild, a good dinosaur game. I'll have to check that one out. Yeah. Oh, you're the one who got the gifted memberships. Good. Oh, by the way, you just reminded me. It is time to now swap into the members only. Usually it's 30 minutes, might be 20 today. But it's we do have a members only. Do you have floppy disks for it? Do I have floppy disks? I'll show you. And then we'll switch to the member section. But I've got a few floppy disks here for my Amiga 500. And then... Is this enough floppy disks for you? Is this enough floppy disks for you? I got another one full, plus all the inbox Amiga games that I've got there, including Flashback and Another World inbox and Megalomania. Those 3 are the ones that I'm mostly proud of. So, yeah, totally. Loads of floppies. Loads of floppies. I have both 5.5 and then the big ones. I do have a few big ones for the Commodore 64. The Amiga 500 wasn't using the big ones anymore because it's from 87. The Commodore 64 did have still the floppy floppies. Yeah, I've got a few. No problem, Bonnie. Good night. No, I don't have punch cards, but I've seen videos. Yeah, I have seen videos. All right, guys. I'm going to switch to members only chat now for a little bit to say thank you to the people who are supporting the stream, as always. So let me do that. Let's see who's going to put the last comment. The last regular comment. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. 1 second. Where the heck is it? Oh, there we go. All right. Going to members in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Muppet. Okay. So, right. So the winner is... Oh, wow. Wow, we've got something amazing happening here. So Christopher Johnson was the last regular. Thank you very much and good night. And then we've got a few new people. Thank you very much, Evil Black, for gifting 10 Metatron memberships. So, yeah, I mean, you may still receive the free memberships. So thank you so much for being here, guys. Lady Jennifer says, Metatron, my father is a Baptist pastor and loves your Is Jesus Historical videos. I hope you don't mind if the church watches it on Wednesday night. No, it would be an honor. Thank you so much, in fact, for that. And say hello to your dad. I appreciate that. Totally. And if they have anything, any question or anything, just let me know. Because I mean, you're a member, so I will always read your comments. It's right here. You're in green. So, yeah, no, totally. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah. And thank you, Evil Black, by the way, for the membership gifted. I really appreciate that. All right. So as we always do, members, that's your time to shine. People on Twitch, do stay because I'm still gonna read your comments. I do give priority to members, but I will read your comments. And yes, oh, someone on Twitch just asked me something, and I gotta tell you. But before we do that,
Welcome to the inner circle.
welcome, noble ones. Welcome, noble members. So, Flaming was asking, Metatron, have you considered streaming on Kick as well? Yes, I've already prepared it. It's already set up. I'll show you. And so, yeah, I'll multi-stream on Twitch. Sorry, on Kick as well. At the moment, I'm multi-streaming on Twitch. I am. And so I will do a triple stream. I will do Kick, Twitch, and YouTube simultaneously. Absolutely. And I've already set it up. It's over here. It's called Metatron Imperium. I will give you the link if you want to come and check it out. But yeah, Kick is going to be a thing too. So we're going to do that as well. Metatron everywhere. Spread those wings. Totally. Let's put a little music for the members. Put a little music for the members. I'll keep it low, but we need a little music for the members. And greetings to everyone who has just joined the inner circle, guys. Okay, so we're gonna do this. This is a good one. There you go. They just get initiated into a cult without knowing. Probably not, but then again, I do have the hair of a cult leader. Yeah. Metatron, if the next membership milestone is hit, would you consider putting your hair in braided pigtails for the following stream? Not braided pigtails, no, but if we hit, I guess next milestone would be 700, then the next stream I will do it with a braid, with one single long Vega style braid. And I'll wear the mask, but not for the entire stream, because it's gonna hurt. But I will wear the mask. It does sound similar to Silent Hill. No, it is the one from Silent Still. I got it from the game, yeah. Let me see how far away we are from that with memberships. 1 second. Let me check. So, number of members. 458, no, sorry, 664 members. So, 36 members to go, but this hasn't updated because you gifted 10, so that goes up to 674. Therefore, and I think there was one more, so 75. We are at 675. We are 25 members to 700. If we hit 700, I'll do the braid stream. I'll do the Viking Vega braid stream. How about that? I promise I'll do that. Warrior from the Fire. I used to have hair as long as Metatron. I kept it tied back most of the times. Sometimes you braided it. Yeah, the braid is fun. It took too long to braid. Oh, I'm super fast. I'm very fast because I used to braid it every night. And I did it for years. Braid stream, yeah. So I'm very fast. I can braid it in like very quickly. Great content, especially thank you for the Metatron Academy content. Keep it up. Absolutely. I have just uploaded a few. I'll post one tonight. Thank you, Midtown. That's the language channel. No problem, Dan the Jedi, but thank you for being here. Appreciate. No, I don't do humiliation rituals. That's why I'm saying I would do something that I know I like. And like, yeah, I'll do a Vegas stream. What? Absolutely. Man, I've seen stuff. Some YouTubers do crazy stuff for milestones. I mean, yeah, but something fun. Something fun. The stream brought to you by Braid Shadow Legends. Ooh, that's a good one. I'm gonna use that page in your honor. I'll use it. If that happens, we hit the 700. Man, 700 members is a lot. We're gonna have the Vega stream with the plat, 100%. And I'll say that Braid Shadow. Ooh, that's funny. Is there a spiritual antenna of sort? Who knows? Maybe. Biblically speaking, it is a sign of alliance with God. Think of Samson. Shirtless Vega, I need the muscles to do that. Yeah. Evil Black, Metro, no problem. The more people who join your channel, the more intelligent the world, and I am stuck in the becomes. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you, man. Appreciate. I'm also a girl who can't braid. It's easy to braid. It's just switch it. You know, divide it in three and then you twist it. It's easy. Well, it's not just twisting, but you know what I mean. 1 million subscribers, you should dress as a biblically accurate angel. Ooh, we'll have to choose one correct. Which one would we do though? Because I mean, yeah, it's a very good point, but which one would we do? Probably Seraphim, so we can do it fiery. That could be cool. Um, I mean, Keruvim can be nice too. We can do some of the we can justify some armor because they say they glitter. Not the Ophanim. I'm gonna be all just rings with eyes. Plus, you know, probably not. You can't do it yourself. You got to do the braid. So there are ways to do it. It depends what kind of braid you want. The side braid is the easiest because you can keep the hair to the side. I can't believe I'm doing like a tutorial. But yeah, no, it's just one of those things. I think it's when I braid my hair, what I do is that I put it in the back and I do this and I start it in the back like this. I divide it into three. I divide it into three and then I start braiding it. And after I braid it for a little bit, then I continue braiding on the side. And then when I braid it on the side, just to show you a little bit, what I do, I mean, Viking tutorial, I guess, is like, yeah, you split it in three and just do this and keep going. It's like literally, I don't even need to look at the mirror to know that the braid is happening. So it's like one of those things. Yeah. And now I just did a side one, but normally I start in the back so that it can be centered and it doesn't have to be, you know, like that. But that's the idea. Basically, I almost braided it. So it's, and then I just keep going. It's long, so I can just keep going with this. But yeah, so you keep going and then you get a braid. That's the idea. Let me, right? It's like, and I guess at this point, we have a little, what is it? A little. So this is what the live stream is gonna look for the entirety of the live stream, though. We got the braid with the, yeah. So that's the idea. It's not, as I say, it's not difficult. Yeah. But I've done it so many times because again, I used to braid the hair every night. Yeah. So let me see. Was it the truth of the Spartans then? Did they cut their hair before battle? Not that I know of, no. I don't think they did. Long hair was a thing among the Spartans, so maybe they probably just stick it inside the helmet. Yeah. What sort of gear should a dragon rider wear? Armor, weapon, saddle, safety, anything else? Armor and yeah, for sure. Weapons. I love the idea of giving a lance to a dragon. To a dragon rider, but of course it's got to be kind of a small dragon, anyways. Maybe a wyvern. Anyways, a smaller dragon, and give him armor like the dragoons. I love dragoons. I think it's a great concept. They would need a saddle and probably some kind of bracketing or something to stay connected so that if you do fall, you don't actually fall. You know, you stay there and the dragon flies and you're like, whoa, like something like this, I guess. Yeah. There is a statue of the Metatron angel in Indiana Jones game, really. Yeah. A parachute. Super glue could be an idea. What kind of armor? As I say, I actually really like the dragoons of Final Fantasy and the way they approach it. So I'm just gonna show you. So it's a type of plate, the one in Final Fantasy. But it's really my favorite. I think, and that's my favorite job / class. The dragoon. I think they look great. And of course, it's reminiscent of the dragon. But I mean, look at this. It's beautiful. Sorry. Goodness gracious. Yeah. Yeah, something like this. I think it looks great. Dragoon. I always loved dragoons. Even the old school, like drawing, the more simplified for tactics, they look great. It's just one of those things. Love to see it. Sorcerers on dragons instead of weapon users, I guess, but it would have to be a situation where they can concentrate enough to be able to perform the spell. So it depends on the system. I would still give it, like, if it depends, again, it depends how big, how many dragons you have, how big they are. It kind of depends on a lot of things. Yeah, Final Fantasy XIV is fantastic. I love the music as well from Final Fantasy XIV. My wife played 14 for years and streams rates sometimes. Apparently, dragoons are something of an in-joke now. Really? Oh no. Sorry to hear that. I love dragoons. A braid a la nozzle silver from the anime Black Clover. I don't think I know what that looks like. Oh gosh, no. No, that looks silly to me. So no. I mean, I'm sure maybe it's cool in the story if you know the story, but I'm not. No, I think I would take this and project it on the back. A type of braid that I think looks really cool is one of the elven. So you know, Dragon Age Origins elf hair. Let me see if I can find it. Dragon Age Origins has got some good styles, I think, for both male and female, and I really like how they implement the braids, either these braids to the side, like I could totally do this one, by the way. I could totally do this one, like a single braid but leave the rest of the hair, or even when you have braids that go to the side of your head, like actually connected, and then they go all the way back and maybe connect to a single braid. I think that's a really cool style. Dragon Age Origins remains one of the best RPG experiences that I've ever had. Very good. Very good game. Very good game. Do you read the Berserk manga? No, not really. I think I tried once when I was younger and it was too violent for me and I stopped reading it. Although then again, I used to watch Hokuto no Ken, so I don't know why that one felt a bit too much, but it is what it is. Yeah, you didn't like the one. Yeah, I didn't like the one from that anime personally. No, I think this is how a good executed braid looks like, whether it be a man or a woman at that point. You love the Dragon Age 2? I never got into Dragon Age 2. I tried, started, felt too different, and left it. It's just there was something about the storytelling and gameplay mechanics of the original that, I don't know, they just could never do again. And I don't know why. I mean, I would have employed the exact same team and told them, do it again with better graphics, newer graphics, and a different story. But like yeah, Legolas style is really good. I love Legolas style. I think it looks really good. Totally. Assassin's Creed Valhalla was good for braids, in my opinion. Yeah, I still have to play that one, Nerfy. Nerfy Moist. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Spatula. Yeah, that hair looked a little stupid to me. Oh, he's made fun in the entire story for having it. I see. I understand. Elf hair is very neat. I agree. I like elven hair. Totally. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know you meant elf. Yeah. I already corrected. I already corrected it as I was reading it. Rings of Power is interesting, done with the main character's hair. Yeah, that's always the case, actually. In a lot of, even if you look at, for instance, you remember the original Stargate? The original Stargate. I really liked how they represented Ra. Stargate Ra. I don't know if you remember this, but Ra, who is the alien in this case, who's possessing the body of this guy, so he had very long hair as well, as you can see. And I thought that that was cool because they could give him different look in almost every scene. So here is like laid back, but it's like, as you can see, it's kind of, has got, yeah, a little bit the Legolas style. But then in almost every scene, it's got a different setup, which looks good actually on this character. I like this character a lot. His original, the actor, his original hair is actually very curly. So they had to straighten it like crazy because his hair is like, if I remember right, it's like super, well, I don't know now. This is a very old movie. Still good though. It's still good. The whole part where you have the Egyptologist, the protagonist is so good in this movie. So I still periodically watch it, actually. The Goa'uld, yeah, exactly. Highlander was kind of simple, I guess. Just down. Wasn't anything done to it that much. No problem, Grana, and thank you for being here. Yeah, even the SG-1 series was really good. This is the original movie, and then because it went so well, it was a success, they made a whole TV series about it. And yeah, I actually enjoyed it. I used to watch it a lot. SG-1, yeah. But there were things the movie did so much better. Me too. I think the movie is just great. It's a very good story. Stargate, it remains one of my favorite. Although, I'll tell you what my top 3 movies would be. I think number 3 is going to be the original Matrix. I absolutely love, and in fact, in honor of Matrix, this is my third favorite movie, the original. I don't like the other ones, 2, 3, 4, but whatever. But this one I do like very much, the original. It just it was just, you hadn't seen anything like it. So there we go. Yeah, so Matrix, absolutely, I love it. The first one, I would put it at number 3. At number 2, when Keanu Reeves. Probably Keanu Reeves is my favorite actor ever. So when it comes to the actor, Keanu Reeves is number 1 for me. When it comes to the movie, I would put Matrix at number 3. I would put at number 2, let's see if you guys agree. Okay, I think I can remove the filter now. Let me see if you guys agree. At number 2, I would put The Sphere. No, sorry, it's just called Sphere, maybe. Oh, goodness gracious. Movie. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, Sphere. There we go. This, for me, is number 2. Fantastic. From 1998. This is based on a book, and the book is good as well. I own the book. This one here from Michael Crichton, I don't know. Very good movie. Very good movie. So I loved this one very much. I will put it at number 2 with Dustin Hoffman in it and Nicole Kidman and Sharon Stone. Sorry, very good. And Samuel Jackson. And then at number 1 is The 13th Floor. There we go. This is my number 1 favorite movie ever. I rewatch this one periodically as well. I think it's from 2000, if I'm not wrong. No, 1999. From 1999, phenomenal game. Sorry, not game, movie. And this would be my top 3. Now, clearly, it's a top 3, but my top lists, whether it be games, I'll read what you guys think. Whether it comes to, whether it be games or whether it be movies or books, my top tier lists change depending on the mood. So like if it's a period when I'm in the mood for like sci-fi stuff, then these will be my favorite. But then if I'm in the mood for fantasy, then we're gonna have to bring in original Conan with Schwarzenegger and all the so it depends on my mood. But they're good. You like old Hitchcock? Yeah, sure. I remember that being run on TV. Oops. So there is that. Some honorable mentions. Yeah, as I say, I love Conan. Everything Conan related, I freaking love it. Yeah, Conan is just so good. Original Conan with Arnold. Of course, yeah, Lord of the Rings is a super classic. Yeah. Jay Davidson was irrationally attractive. Gender be damned. Yeah. Oh, that's the name of that actor. Yeah, sure, I agree. Interesting choice. Yeah, I mean, it's just these. Oh, I got a message, guys. It could be my computer. 1 second. I need to check. No, it's not. Too bad. I thought it was like maybe because we're gonna plan the pickup for tomorrow. We're gonna plan the pickup. I'm also want to start collecting Storm collectible action figures for my Street Fighter collection. I already have. Oh, by the way, there is something we can unbox. We've been unboxing something every live stream lately. So I mean, why not? I've got something to unbox. I might as well do it live. So let's do it, guys. Let's unbox. Let's unbox this. Let's unbox this man. How about we unbox this Muppet? I'm gonna unbox this while I'm talking to you. Why not? Let's go. A little special unboxing. And we need, while we do this, because I'm a professional here, I'm gonna put, 1 second, there we go. I can't put the music because I'm gonna get demonetized, but I can put a little Darth Vader over here. Let's see, Darth Vader. There we go. Yeah, this looks good. Great. All right. I wish I could put the Star Wars music, but I don't want to get copy claimed. Just one of those things. Let me put the chat back. Welcome back. Chat. Did I watch War of the Row? No, I didn't. What I did watch, though, is this man fighting Luke. So, there's that. Ooh, what is this? Wow, he's got a mantle. Man, he's got a mantle. I didn't even know. Oh, that's an easy unboxing. Maybe I don't even need to cut anything, or do I? Let's see. Got it. Woohoo! Oh, sorry for that. I imagine it was loud. We've also got. Ooh, we got a lightsaber. Got a lightsaber. Okay. Wait. We need to see this. So, ladies and gentlemen, Lord Vader has joined the party. Man, look at him. What brand is he from? I'll read it in a second. Actually, I don't even know. We just picked it up with a wife. Looking good, though. Looking good. Let's give him... let's give him this. There we go. Let me see. Do I need to swap hand? Probably not. Let's see if we can just do this. No. Is it the other hand? Maybe it's the other hand? Yeah, it is the other hand. What a professional unboxer I am. Okay. Now. Now we're talking. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, look at this. It will not. It will not. It's too. There we go. The force is strong on this one. Ooh, looking good. I actually love this. Looks good. Looks really good. We'll have to see what pose. But, oh, he's left-handed? Yeah, you're right. Sorry about that. I guess for someone who actually knows, differently from me, someone who actually knows what he's talking about, I think that would have been obvious. But here he is. He can probably... Oops, I disconnected it. I'll reconnect it in a second. It's not a big deal. But we put him here without the blade for now. And we'll connect it in a second. And there he is. Lord Vader. So who made it? Let me see. It was made by... Do they even have a name? Star Wars A New Hope. Oh yeah, sorry. Hasbro. I'm actually not familiar with them. But as I was saying, yeah, Hasbro. Thank you, Little Legs, for becoming a member. I really appreciate that. How tempted are you to name one of your sons Luke? No, probably not. I mean, the cool thing about the name is the Skywalker part. That's the cool part. Yeah. Star Wars loses to Warhammer. Yeah, I agree. But I already have 7 Warhammer armies, man, fully painted. So let me get a little Star Wars. Let me get a little Star Wars, man. Hasbro, yeah, that's what it was. But as I was saying, I've been looking because I've been collecting the Jada Toys collectibles, the Jada Toys that are really nice. But now I've been looking into the Storm collectibles, and they are really good. Like, they look really nice. I think Hasbro and Lego are some of the rare toy makers that have exclusivity to make Star Wars branded toys. Yeah, actually, my wife just bought me a Lego Millennium Falcon the other day because we were out for her birthday and she bought me a gift for her birthday, which was the Millennium Falcon. But then she's gonna do it because she loves doing it, so she's gonna do it and I'll just display it. It was the small one though, because they also have the massive one, but the massive one is so expensive that as far as I'm concerned, they can keep it. No problem, Nicholas. Thank you for being here. No, not the huge Millennium Falcon. No, the small one. It's like this big, which is good because I've got a display with a glass that kind of, it would be good. It would fit in that one. But yeah. The cool thing about the wife is that for her birthday she wanted the Lord of the Rings Lego, the big one. I did get her that one. She already completed it. She's really fast. That's what she does. Like, I'm here streaming and she's probably doing something, either like Lego or maybe she's playing with the Switch. I don't know at this point, to be honest. But yeah. All right, let me open chat for everyone. Let me open chat for everyone again. I'll do it now so we can say hi to everyone. There it is. All right, opening it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Muppet. And the winner is? Of course it's Thunderwing. Man, you got creative. Melanie, second place. You got a silver medal. And there we go. Amor gets the bronze medal. Gold medal for Thunderwing. The one and only. With a K, comma. Man, you actually typed quite a lot of stuff if you think about it. Even the hashtag. I don't even know how you did that. But yeah, man. Excellent race, guys. Excellent race. Welcome back. Welcome back. Shout out to Metatron. Thank you. Thank you. And, but yeah, no, it's, I think tonight I'd like to do I'd like to continue that horror game from the other night that we played about the demon of sleeping paralysis demon. Oh my gosh, that was scary. It's just that it crashed. So we'll have to try it again tonight. I know I said I was going to do it yesterday night, but then I got too sleepy. I got too sleepy. It's just one of those things, you know. Muppet is the word of the day. Muppet is the word of the year. You Muppet. Who let the dogs out? We take turns. So while I'm working, she lets the dogs out, and she usually is the one who feeds them. But then at night, when she's already in bed, because we watch movies together at night, and then I take them out at night. But then again, we just take them to our backyard because we have a bit of land. So here, so I don't actually have to walk the dogs. I can just open the door, and they are in my property. So they run around a little bit, and then they come back. Yeah, no problem, Andy. I'll play the game later though, because I do need to go have dinner, take a little break, watch a little movie. Little Legs, I'm a Metatron member now. Yeah, I'm so happy to have you here, by the way, Little Legs. I feel fancy, even though I don't speak multiple languages. Hey, you can always start. We all multilingual individuals, we all started with one, right? Sort of. I kind of started with Italian and Sicilian, but then again, you know what I mean. Who mows the lawn? We pay a guy to do it. $50. He does an excellent job. He's the same guy that mows the lawn for my father-in-law. That's how we got him. He's fun. Man, he's fun. No problem, I come cracker. It's good to have you here. Yeah, and Derek says I have a Lego Imperial Star Destroyer. My wife also likes Legos. Yeah, Legos are fun. Do I ever sleep? Yeah. Yeah, I do, believe it or not. I actually wake up kind of late. She's a morning bird. I'm a night owl. So I will do my things, play, prepare, edit, do all of that kind of stuff, research, all the way up until like 2:30 in the morning. And then I go to sleep. By the time I fall asleep, it's 3 a.m. And then I wake up around 10:30 or 11 sometimes. So I wake up late. So I get my 8 hours of sleep. But it's because I'm more productive at night. Plus, it's fun, you know. I'm at night here in the man cave. It's great. If I have to, I wake up early, of course. But generally speaking, in my routine, 10:30 is when I wake up. Blade says, how old were you when you got married to your wife? You guys are great, by the way. Thank you so much. 3 years ago, so I was 40 when I got married with her. 39, 40, yeah. 39. Actually, no, I was 39. Yeah, sorry. 39 going into 40, yeah. Any tips for learning non-national languages like Neapolitan? They are difficult. You got to make friends from Naples and then ask them to teach you stuff, and eventually you'll have to move there. There is some literature that you can find though, and try to find channels that speak in that regional variety. It is going to be a lot harder though. Yeah. The Missing 8 usually don't catch you live. Just wanted to say I really enjoy your content and your attitude on things. Thank you very much, The Missing. I appreciate that. I'm live every day, Monday to Friday. So not technically every day. I'm live Monday to Friday, 5 CST, CDT, Central Daylight Time. Yeah, and then I do gaming at night. Oh, Dear says, I'm the night owl, my husband the annoying morning person. One thing I'll say about morning people, I've never been one, even when I was in the freaking Navy and I had to wake up at 6:30 as for conscription in Italy. I've still hated every second of it. So now one thing I know about morning people is that they wake up and they're immediately full of energy because the morning is when they shine. And so they're very talkative to us. But night owls, oh, we're very energetic at night. I can play my games and talk multiple screens. I can do all of that while I listen to music and research ancient Rome at 2 a.m. But in the morning, you talk to me, I'm just gonna, it is what it is. I'm like slow, I need the coffee. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm devastated. Every morning I'm devastated. It's just how it is. You know, there is a theory, and I don't know if it's true, but there is a theory that says that it is possible that people and again, it may not be real, but it's still a cool thought, that it's possible that night owls derived from people that were like watchers, because, you know, in our tribal, whereas morning people their ancestors trace back to hunters. So basically, you know, in a tribal Neolithic, for instance, or even before that Mesolithic period, if you had a tribe, you had to have people at night to do the watch, for instance, for like animals and rival tribes and all the dangers. And then you had people that had to instead wake up early in the morning to go hunting. And so there is this theory, but it's like, it's not even a theory, it's like an hypothesis. But it's this hypothesis that there is a possibility that some of that carried out in the genes with the people that descended. And it is a really cool theory. So like, yeah, if you're a morning person, you would be deriving from prehistoric hunters, and if you are a night person, you would be deriving from like basically watchers and guardians. But I don't know. It's just a hypothesis. There isn't a lot to it because it's the prehistoric period, anyways. But it's cool, and regardless of whether there is a reason or not, I'm a night person. Always have been. You read the same thing? Yeah, I did read this. It's just I don't know how deeply rooted it is in actual evidence, like on the genetic side of things. I don't know. Ah, ok, hai già raggiunto il B2. Well, then totally, you can do that. Yeah. If you're already B2 in Italian, and I see you write very, very well, hai avuto voglia di imparare un altro dialetto? Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. I've done that a little bit with Japanese, although generally speaking, I focus on the standard variety of every language. But yeah, I do enjoy sometimes to learn a little bit of a regional variety, totally. So yeah, if you're B2, you could totally do that, 100%. You've always alternated between the two. It's nice that you can do it. I've done it when I needed to, either for work or whatever it was, but it was always, like in the morning, it's always a catastrophe for me. Everything is devastating. I'm like, oh, that's how I am in the morning. Instead at night, I'm like, let's play 3 games at the same time on 2 different setups of monitors. It's just one of those things, isn't it? Yeah. Matian Long says, hey, Metatron, wanted to say that you're inspiring me and be more open to discuss some topics that people might think are controversial to support the truth. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, man. And it's really good to have you here. You have an awesome name. Thank you very much for being here. I'm glad that that's the idea. That's the idea, you know. As long as you're, I think we lost the value of intent. We look at the surface. Oh, he said this word, did he mean something bad? And we lost the intent, which is really what matters. So when you use a word, but what are you trying to say? What is it? No, now I need to be careful, because if I say a word, even if there's nothing wrong with it, because I'm doing history, for instance, no, you can't say it, and all that. It's I think it's important to really look at what people have inside, and what, okay, but I understand this word could be used to mean something different or bad, but did he mean it? Did she mean it? That is what should be really the basis of our judgment. And instead, the society we are now creating, probably as a continuation of this permanently online subculture, it's all about, oh, this word, no, oh, this offends me, oh, this, no, oh, this word is bad, oh, what, oh, are you trying to say this because you're trying to say that? And I'm like, no. No, just one of those things, guys. Anyways, guys, number ones, thank you very much for being here. I think I'm gonna go have dinner, getting a little hungry. 3-hour stream, a little shorter, but still, it was great having you here. Thank you so much for your generosity. I need dinner. Great. Yeah, exactly. We need dinner and linguistics, my friends. These are the things we need. So thanks so much for being here for the live stream. Thank you for your generosity. And I will see you tomorrow for the next live stream. And I might be playing some games one of these nights whenever I'm not too sleepy. And have a good one, guys. Thank you very much for joining. And also you guys on Twitch, thank you so much for being here. And I'll see you for the horror times. It's not always horror though, but I have been enjoying the horror a lot. Have a good one, guys. Thank you so much for your generosity. Good night. Ciao, ciao, ciao.